What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the T5S2 Season 5 Invitational. We have a little bit of a interesting game here today. Been rescheduled multiple times, but we are finally ready to play Paper, aka Niklas Lackner, over here in the blue side, playing Blood Angels versus, in the red, we have Invitational Magpie, aka Nabz, I think is his new nickname on the server. And he is playing Tyranids. Some good old Leviathan Tyranids, although with a little bit of added spice, because we do have 3 Screamer Killer Carnifexes making their appearance today. Very excited for this game. Chat, obviously, I'm a little bit biased because I think Tyranids are rad. But also, I think this matchup's going to be super sick. So, get ready for that. And I was talking to the players beforehand. I think both of them agree that it's going to be a pretty interesting and relatively close matchup here between these two factions. Blood Angels with superlative damage output, especially with that built-in +1 to wound thanks to their chapter tactic. So their melee profiles are really strong. That said, outside of their smattering of Thunderhammers, most of their attacks are going to be 2 damage from these Sanguinary Guard bricks outside of their Vanguard Veteran squads, which are high volume 1 damage. But we do have a lot of damage reduction effects over on the Tyranid side of the table and other defensive effects. Things like Catalyst Psychic Power to give a 5+ damage ignore, Reinforced Hive Node on the Tyranid Warriors to reduce their damage by 1, and the Screamer Killers as well. And we should mention all of the transhuman effects that Leviathan Tyranids have access to. They all have transhuman built into their Synapse creatures, which includes basically all of the Tyranid Warriors. And they can stack that on top of a -1 damage effect. So even the fact that the Sanguinary Guard are relatively high strength with the bonus to wound, meaning that they normally wound enemy infantry units on 2s, maybe 3s at the worst, those bonuses will be entirely superseded by the Tyranid defensive buffs. But we do have an absolute buttload of jump pack infantry on Paper side of the table for this game. So let's talk about the lists real quick here in chat. Thanks everyone for joining. I do apologize. I want to throw an apology out in advance for the scheduling of this game. This game was originally scheduled to occur tonight. But we did have some technical problems from Nabz side of the table. He, I think, entirely out of his control, and so it had to be rescheduled to this morning. And it was kind of being pushed around a little bit somewhere in there. Looks like we are trying to proxy base a Hive Tyrant charge over the top of that wall there. I think that would be a tough charge, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if a Hive Tyrant's going to make it over that wall, since obviously his flying does turn off in the charge phase. He does have to actually physically move over that wall if he wants to get there in melee. But we are playing with the 2-inch engagement rule here, so we are going to be projecting those 2-inch engagement auras. That's for the time being anyway. That may change depending on how that rule ends up getting finalized by Games Workshop. I have a sneaking suspicion it will not last in its current form, and I certainly hope that that's the case.
Eat bolt gun! Bolt gun!
Here come the eat bolt guns, chat. All right, let's talk about some lists, chat. Oh, actually, before we get too far, if you are in Twitch chat, let's drop a nice prediction. The players are already most of the way through deployment, so we'll do it for a 5-minute prediction if you're over in Twitch. Drop some tokens, do some gambling. It's fine. It's totally legal for the most part. Exclamation point lists in chat if you want to get access to those lists. If you're on YouTube, they're also in the video description. We can talk about Paper's army first. Niklas Lackner. It's bringing a single detachment out of Blood Angels. It's being topped by a unit of Void's Men-at-Arms, which he does have actually in his... Looks like we're using servitors for our Void's Men-at-Arms. Okay. I guess that works in some way. Those guys are actually going to be embarked inside his Landspeeder Storm, which has been deployed over here in this ruin. This is also certainly not a Landspeeder Storm, but that's okay. Looks like we were able to go first, actually, real quick here. Tyranids in with a 3. Blood Angels with a 2. Tyranids taking the first turn. I'm actually not sure that that's entirely what they wanted. Well, there are Death Company on the other side of the table, so we do have to be cognizant of a Forlorn Fury attack there. And it does look like we may be using that Forlorn Fury to reposition those guys. You can get them inside the building relatively safely, and then they're a little bit less susceptible to the Stranglethorn cannons on the Harpies. Yeah, looks like they're just going to be peeking inside that building. Please, sir, don't shoot me. I'm just a nice Death Company, man. I really don't deserve to be killed immediately as soon as the game starts by many guns. So speaking of this list, we have this Landspeeder Storm over here, hiding in the building. Those Voidsmen-at-Arms, because of their Agents of the Imperium rule, they can actually embark into any dedicated transport in the Imperium Superfaction, which allows them to embark into Landspeeder Storms, despite the Landspeeder Storm's normal restriction of only being able to embark scout units. So that's pretty cool. A little bit of a use for that guy. Lets you save a couple points on scouts. So the scouts are certainly not a terrible option right now with a lot of deployment abilities, either the ability to outflank or the ability to forward deploy to screen for you. But their interaction with Landspeeder Storms is one of the best things about them. And you can just get that for about 40 points less if you take a, or 25 points less, I guess, if you take a Voidsmen-at-Arms unit. We have, plus it opens up an elite slot, which is a probably even bigger deal for Blood Angels, for sure. We have Commander Dante as the Warlord, so he's going to regenerate a CP there. And he has taken his Warlord trait, Heroic Bearing. We have a Sanguinary Priest with the Armor Indominus, as well as Rites of War, to project that nice OBSEC bubble to all of the Sanguinary Guard. 3 units of troops, 2 units of intercessors, just standard intercessors with auto bolt rifles, 1 incursor squad, gives them forward deployed to the army. Kind of required these days because of the prevalence of missions where holding a center objective, or I guess just recover the relics, which is in our map pool this time around. So players are incentivized to take at least one thing that forward deployed in order to get those early game command points. We have 1 unit of 5 Death Company Marines. Pretty common that you see at least one of those in a Blood Angels army just to project a Forlorn Fury threat to force your opponent to consider the turn 1 pregame move. Although, to be fair, I don't know if Indicius really deployed around it. You can see things like the gargoyles being placed up in the front of the army to screen and force the Death Company to engage them, which gives you a blinding venom trigger, so that you can give them -1 to hit and no rerolls, which can blank the rerolls from Commander Dante if those Death Company Marines would try to go in, which is certainly helpful. And the Venom Thropes as well, projecting a 3-inch Fight Last aura, also can make things a little bit hairy for a Death Company. An enterprising Death Company Marine who wants to push really far forward. We have 3 units of Sanguinary Guards, 7 apiece, all of them with Incarmine Swords. So getting to Strength 5 with those guys, but more importantly, big AP. They go to AP3, AP4 during Assault Doctrine. So very good at punching through Armor of Contempt armies, like other Space Marines or Heretic Astartes. We also have 2 units of Vanguard Veterans, 2 of 10, all of them with a combination of Chainswords, Lightning Claws, and Thunder Hammers. One of them with a Thunder Hammer, the other one just a Lightning Claw on the Vanguard Veteran Sergeant. We did a little short on the channel about Vanguard Veterans yesterday, which I was pretty happy with. It's doing pretty well. So go check that out if you want me to talk about Vanguard Veterans to you for 59 seconds. And then that Landspeeder Storm that we talked about lastly. So overall, I think a relatively aggressive variety of Blood Angels. Usually we see Blood Angels built around some more the character combos. But today we're not doing that so much. We're basically just going to be ramming as many infantry, Space Marine infantry, down our opponent's throats as possible. And we are seeing a really heavy deep strike threat here. 1 unit of Sanguinary Guard and all 4 Vanguard Veteran units, because we have combat squatted them into 5s, so I imagine, are going to be deep striking. That it does make use of that additional engagement range a little bit. If you're charging into the Bruins here, you can oftentimes effectively have an extra inch of charge, which does make those heavy deep strike beta strikes really powerful. Moving over to the Tyranid list real quick here. Got Nids to 69% of the vote. That is the secret secondary objective of Warhammer 40,000. Get to 69 points. And it sounds like if Tyranids are there on the prediction, they've already won. That's it. We can call it. The game's over. Going through Nabz Tyranid list real quick here, as he's going through his first movement phase. We do have a battalion detachment coming out of High Fleet Leviathan, and we've actually subbed in our adaptive trait for Augmented Ferocity, so +1 to charge, rather than the reroll that we would normally get. Look at this Hive Tyrant right here. Oh, we're pushing for a Psychic Interrogation. This is very aggressive from this Hive Tyrant. But I do appreciate that we do have the defensive play from the Gargoyles, and we may see Venom Thropes move up to the Hive Tyrant as well. Yeah, so we're just basically going to surround him with Tyranid bodies to make it a little bit more difficult to get some Thunderhammers locked into that guy. So if you, the Gargoyles, if you're engaging them, will potentially, for 1 CP, give you -1 to hit against anything, not necessarily the Gargoyles themselves. So they can protect nearby other Tyranid units if they're standing next to them with their Blinding Venom. Looks like we do have an Oaths of Moment pick on paper side of the table, so we're actually just going to be drawing a line for Oaths of Moment. We do have our Denial area available, but I do like the line. It's a little bit less obtrusive. In our HQ slots here, we do have the Winged Hive Tyrant bringing Alien Cunning, so he's objective secured and counts as 5 models this time around, alongside the Maw Claws of Thyrax, which I'm sure that Nabz is pretty happy to be playing against Space Marines with, because it tends to go kind of ham against them. You have a very good opportunity, or a very good chance to kill 5 Space Marines on the charge with the Winged Hive Tyrant, with 6 attacks with full rerolls, putting them on a 6+ armor save thanks to Armor of Contempt, plus your 2 little backup attacks, and you could pay for additional attacks if you wanted to, if you just want to confirm the kill. And that's going to make the Winged Hive Tyrant more and more effective as the game goes on. So in the late game, once he starts trying to deal with these Sanguinary Guard units, he could have upwards of 12 attacks in that Hive Tyrant if he's killed enough models and can roll a 3 on his Adrenaline Surge. We have 10 Gargoyles and 2 Bricks of 5 Warriors. Interestingly, all of them with Death Spitters. No Venom Cannons in these units. Alongside 1 unit of 3 Tyrant Guard to keep the Hive Tyrant alive. 1 unit of 3 Zone Thropes for all the goodness that Zone Thropes provide. 1 unit of 3 Venom Thropes. A unit of 2 Biovores, which I think is the second spicy pick here from Nabz. Gives them the ability to do a little bit of movement blocking. Alongside 2 Harpies, one of them with Synaptic Enhancement to make it a Synapse creature. The other one with Voracious Ammunition to deal some damage after it has resolved an attack against an enemy unit. And the PS Resistance is 3 Screamer Killers with Square Assists. So they're going to be treated as in light and heavy cover permanently. So they basically go to a 1+ save unless you can ignore cover. And in addition to the built-in -1 damage that Screamer Killers typically have, that makes them very resilient. Send it back to players' mics here as looks like we're going to Psychic phase.
Little stinkers. First one will make 3 of them. They will advance. They go a whole 5 inches.
So it looks like the Harpies have just stayed relatively conservative. I think we can still peek lines of sight with the Harpies into some Sanguinary Guard, it looks like. Is what we're angling for right now. The Stranglethorn Cannon's not the best profile at dealing with these Space Marine infantry and cover.
They will advance.
But they are 2 damage weapons, so any converted attack has a good chance of killing a Sanguinary Guard, unless the Sanguinary Priest can save them. Mm-hmm. So, just looks like going into hover mode. There's not a lot of shooting to be worried about to stay supersonic with. So, Nabz can kind of play a defensive game.
That Carnifex will be doing an action on that point.
On this movement, yeah.
Yeah, just playing very conservatively, trying to score, trying to scour the center objective. So if that Carnifex does not end up getting killed, it will actually score him 3 points, which is pretty sexy. And just dropping some Spore Mines from the back, those Harpies.
We have 1, 2, okay, so that's that. Psychic phase. Hive Tyrant is going to interrogate your Apothecary.
Mm-hmm.
Within 24.
Mm-hmm.
I get information, and I get a CP.
Seems good.
Yeah, good roll on the psychic interrogation there.
Okay,
Regenerates a
that's him
CP
done.
with
Next
that
up,
new ability of the secondary.
Okay, first up, Newt. Okay, so he's done with his psychic. Newt is going to cast Synaptic Imperative. He gets it. That Carnivix gets a 4-up invuln. And next, he's going to cast Catalyst. The Carnivix gets a 5-up Funeral Pain. And that is all.
So 5 up Invul, 5 up Field Pain.
Yep, I'll just double these tokens.
Yeah, so the shield's well and truly up on the Screamer
What is-
Killer in the center here. Nabz would love that unit to survive, because it is unlikely in a lot of game states that you actually confirm 3 strategic scans in the Scouring. And Nabz is basically just threatening that right now. If the Carnifex is not dealt with, obviously you could force a contestation on the center objective to not give up a 12-point primary. But he's also potentially threatening an additional 3 primary points that really are unrecoverable for paper. But yeah, the Carnifex with... To list out its litany of defensive abilities, it's T7 with a 2+, effectively a 1+ armor save, 4+ invulnerable save, -1 damage, and a 5+ damage ignore. On top of having access to a 1 CP transhuman. Although we did not put it in our -1 to be hit aura. Although I don't think that makes that much of a difference, to be fair. The shooting in this Blood Angels army is not particularly effective. So it looks like we are going to be maybe angling some Sanguinary Guard into the Tyranid Warriors. Downside here for the Sanguinary Guard is that they would have to charge, I believe, into the Venom Thrope aura. And there is a 3+ on a 33.3 repeating % chance that they will get fight lasted. And those Tyranid Warriors will get to swing first. And probably put a ridiculous number of amount of damage into that unit. Which would be very sad for the Sanguinary Guard. But it looks like we have a much easier charge onto the red Tyranid Warriors, thanks to that extra projected engagement range. Although the Gargoyles are also holding the objective, so it's we have to push a little bit for the...
No, I'm saying I want to be further than 2 inches away.
I am in most of mine. Oh, that's cool.
Ah, okay. So I think we had forgotten to spawn mines from the Biovore action. So the Biovores, yeah, performed their action to block off that charge a little bit. Not the end of the world, because while the shooting isn't great for paper, it is enough to kill Spore Mines. So I think he should be able to clear his landing zone there if he wants to. The downside, obviously, is that Spore Mines will deal damage to you if you don't actually wipe them out. But he has the Land Speeder Storm, which has a couple shots. He has pistols on his, or the range attacks on his incursors, and pistols and Angelus bolt guns that he can use to clear out those Spore Mines if he wants to.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. That's all. I don't think I have any kinds of shooting that I can take. So that's my turn. Go.
Very quick turn from
All right.
Nabz. Looks like doesn't take the shot into the Sanguinary Guard. I do think that we do have a line of sight from the Harpies.
You're done, huh? You should
But to be fair, chances they do any damage or any lasting damage is significantly small. The Sanguinary Priest is there to give a 6+ damage ignore, plus he can heal a guy and or regenerate a guy. So it's almost not even worth Indicius' time to roll out attacks on the Sanguinary Guard right now. Because you would have to roll out 2 Harpies shooting at them, could potentially kill 2 models, or, you know, he would have to fully kill 2 models through the, a 1+ or a 0+ armor save and a 6+ damage ignore. Pretty difficult. If you don't kill 2 models, it doesn't matter so much. And to be fair, even killing a single model and then letting it get resurrected by the Apothecary, or by the Sanguinary Priest, does mean that it could extend the threat range of the Sanguinary Guard a little bit longer.
In 3 inches of them.
Ah, okay.
So generally they can reach around quite a bit. And also you'll be engaging them.
I see. So...
Yeah, so super heavy defensive position here from Indicius. I'm interested. Looks like I don't believe that we've chosen Narrow Thrope Imperative this turn, or the Zone Thrope Imperative, so I don't think we have a Universal Invulnerable save. So if Paper is able to engage in effectively this turn, things could get a little spicy for him. Although I think the fact that Indicius is actually slightly out-threat here by the Blood Angels does mean that he kind of has to grin and bear it. But I think he has set up with the most defensive posture possible. And I do appreciate that he is showing restraint with these Harpies. We did see in CMOB versus Devon, the Harpies move forward, do a ton of damage, but then have to extend so far forward that they end up getting killed, and you only get one turn of use out of them. Whereas the benefit of aircraft is if they can operate multiple turns, they go absolutely ham. So right now, we're just sort of passively generating value with these Harpies, just putting Spore Mines out on the table, which is, I think, a pretty good use for them. Those Spore Mines are going to be dangerous to Sanguinary Guard and to any of these heavily defended Blood Angels units.
Charge into them. I will.
No, you have to move within them. If you charge them, they don't explode.
Okay. So
If your
these
movement
guys-
stops within, I think, 3 inches, I want to say.
All right, then I don't really mind then. I think the better play is then to this guy is obsec or no?
No, he's not obsec.
It's just pretty tanky, so I kind of want to avoid fighting him. So the warriors here, they are not obsec. Sorry, they are not cured by an invul, but they have transhuman.
And potential -1 damage.
Potential -1 damage.
And I also have a strat that if the gargoyles are with engagement range of you, they can make you -1 tint and cancel out rerolls.
-1 what? Sorry.
-1 to hit, and they can cancel your rerolls if you are engaged with the gargoyles.
I will avoid that.
To be clear, I think that the Spore Mines will explode if you charge within 3 of them.
And what I don't know, but I don't think it says on it.
It's not it's not a normal move that causes them to explode. It's any move, including I would assume a charge move.
I don't know. They could have just left them right before, but GW likes screwing around with the rules.
Yeah. I think they will
they
explode
moved?
if you charge into them.
Okay. Just to let Trevi know, in 30 minutes, if I go off, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we'll hold for you if you have to disconnect.
Yep.
Odysseus having some
It's done.
maintenance being done in his area, which could cause him to lose power momentarily, is part of the problem that we had with scheduling the game. Look at all these Spore Mines spawn, chat. We're really making a farm here today. How's it going, by the way, everyone? Thanks for joining me this early in the morning. I appreciate everyone who is hopping on. Hope people are excited for how this game is going to turn out. I really like this opening from Indicius. I definitely think that there is an impetus to push super far forward, especially with those aircraft and the Screamer Killers, and he hasn't really taken that. And that's certainly one failure case for the Tyranids in this matchup, is if you push too hard and you get enveloped by Sanguinary Guard, I mean, the game's just over here. They're going to kill you. Despite the fact that you've always used defensive buffs, they're just going to murder you alive. But he's set up in a position here that he's forcing engagement from Paper. I think Paper also with that Osa Moment pick, so he has to move into the center of the table in order to score his extra point from Osa Moment. Oop. Turn some auto rays off on that little guy there. Yeah, just going for a contestation here. It looks like with the Landspeeder Storm. I think that's really appropriate. Can score his Osa Moment there and prevent the 12-point primary from Indicius, but unless the Screamer Killer actually gets killed, he's going to complete his strategic scan. So Indicius will get a 3-point lead from that, but it's not going to be, quite as potentially devastating as losing or committing a sanguinary guard squad and potentially losing it. Not to mention the fact that there's a not insignificant chance that the Screamer Killer simply doesn't die to a sanguinary guard squad. They are going to be wounding it on 4s. They can be dropped into Assault Doctrine to get all of their benefits. Ooh, looks like we're going to be dropping out the Void's Men-at-Arms. Interesting. Yeah, only 1 VP for Oats a moment now. A little bit sad for sure. But we do get those points for killing monsters, and I think that is certainly going to help out against the relatively light monster allocation of this Tyranid army. A lot of times, Tyranids are all or nothing on monsters, so either you bring it down or you don't. But in this case, you only have, realistically, like 4 or 5 that are easily accessible. But having those be spread around the table and being able to like, sort of sprinkle damage onto them means that you get that extra point from killing monsters pretty reliably in this matchup, which I actually kind of like. So it looks like we're going to be pushing these Void's Men-at-Arms to restrict the movement of the Screamer Killers as much as possible. So because the Landspeeder Storm is an assault transport, we can disembark the Voidsmen after the transport moves, regardless of the fact that they are not a real Space Marine scout. They can still hop out the doors of that transport, no problem. And so that's going to block off the forward momentum of these Screamer Killers.
Something like this. So get out after. And then action. These guys will action. These guys will move up a bit. These guys will move up a bit. And all right.
Yeah, chat. The Voidsmen definitely like they're kind of the Karens of the 31st millennium, I think.
The outside.
So Death Company pushing forward. So it looks like the Death Company are going to be trying to charge into the Tyranid warriors here. Imagine that they get rerolls. Yeah, rerolls from the Commander Dante, the buff from the Sanguinary Priest as well. So we'll get an additional attack from the Assault Doctrine. And full rerolls from Chapter Master, although we have to worry that we don't get engaged by Gargoyle. It will potentially ruin that whole plan. But now I think we need to... We do have a couple guns that can deal with the Spore Mines. The Spore Mine profiles are actually... They're pretty squishy. They're just a toughness 3 body with a 6+ save. And they are, in fact... They are beasts, so they do benefit from cover out of the light cover. So it'll be a 5+ save against the AP0 attacks. But we could potentially, drop a grenade on them from the Death Company Marines. Shoot them with the Voidsmen. Shoot them with the Landspeeder Storm. We have enough guns that can probably kill most of the Spore Mines. So don't have to worry about that awkward charge blocking as much as possible.
That is okay, I think.
The Tyrant Guard are screening out the back here, chat, I think is the intention. The Blood Angel's army has almost nothing in the way of actual long-range firepower, besides a couple of bolt guns and, mostly the sub-weapons on the Guard. They are basically bereft of shooting So the Tyrant Guard aren't actually useful in their capacity as a bodyguard, so we're just going to be using them on Indicia's side to keep that back corner safe from all of the deep strikers. Look at all these reserves we have over here on paper side of the table.
That's really worth it. So, the cursors will out.
They're the spore mines obviously don't deep strike screen any longer, which is a little bit sad for them, and the Tyrant Guard are probably the least useful units in Indicia's army currently from a combat standpoint. Even the Venom Thropes, you want them to be able to do some fight phase manipulation. The Gargoyles you want to contribute objective secured and to try to project your -1 to hit stratagem. And the Tyrant Guard, I think he's equipped them with Bone Cleavers this time around. So the AP1 2 damage attack. The downside of the Bone Cleavers, though, is that that AP1 is abysmal against Armor of Contempt armies. So even regular Space Marines will be saving against them on 3s. And the Sanguinary Guard will be saving against them on 2s. So they do very little damage to the Armor of Contempt units. You want something a little bit more lightly armored for the Tyrant Guard to sink into, and we just don't have that right now. So they'll late game. If the Hive Tyrant goes down, you can buff them for a CP, which is kind of cute. And then they become a much more significant threat, but until then, we'll see how things go.
Chilling. So,
how am I liking post Tyranid nerfs? Or I guess Tyranids post nerf? I think they're it's kind of ironically much more interesting after the nerfs. Some of the nerfs haven't really made sense to me, and I've been a little bit sad about them. I liked the ability to kind of force Psychic really hard, and that's been nerfed quite a bit. But I do think that I like Tyranids a lot more currently, just because they aren't they don't have what is effectively a single build that's wildly overpowered in the metagame. I think they're at the upper echelon of the meta, but certainly not uncontested. And you can build a lot of different sub-factions right now, which is much more interesting than previously. I've also kind of been falling in love with Kraken, which has helped quite a bit. I just like moving stuff.
Good movement.
yeah. All right.
3 Narrows, 9 Zoanthropes, True Broadlords. Yeah, that might be a slight overcommittal. I've been running 2 Neurothropes, and I've really liked it. And I ran 3 Zoanthropes. I think I might drop to 2. 3 feels like a little bit too much.
Okay.
But between a Hive Tyrant, 2 Neurothropes, 2 Zoanthropes, it's enough Psychic to blow up basically whatever in one tap if you need to.
Here we don't do an action. Sanguinary Guard did an action here. These guys did an action here. These guys will shoot. Okay. Then let's start. Okay. Who's just inside? Perfect. They have grenades and pistols.
So we do have a Race of Banners high pick on paper side, which is a little interesting. That means he's going to try to stay defensive here, and I think set the line of engagement past the midline of the table on the Tyranid side to keep those banners safe for as long as possible.
Shooting. They cannot charge, but I think they can shoot with the assault. Close off. One guy gonna shoot the gargoyles here. Rapid fire.
I think just going to try to put as many shots into these spore mines as possible. And this is really where the biovores start to print money. It's not necessarily that they are dealing tons of damage, but your opponent has to be cognizant of those spore mines, and they have to start directing attacks into them. And every one of those spore mines that soaks a shot from the Voidsmen is a gargoyle that does not die. An objective secured model that can force -1 to be hit on enemy units that is being saved. Its life is being saved by this little floating balloon.
I think
3
it's
4s and 4s actually. Wait, what is it? Give me a sec.
no, it's free. Ballistic skill free, and you are non -1 to it. So yeah. So
Give me a sec. What is
understood.
the toughness of a spore mine? I'm pretty sure it's like 2 or something.
Yeah, so that would be free ones then. At 80.
Yep, toughness 2, so it will be only on 3s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is this into the
3 saves at this format.
okay, so 3 hits into the spore mine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 3 go down.
They don't have a save? I think they do.
Nope. So let me see. I'm pretty sure they don't get a save. Or they get like a... They
6
shouldn't get a save. No, they get a... well, they have a 6. Because they're in cover.
Mm.
Okay, yep, they die. 3 go pop.
Then one of the Death Company guys is gonna throw
The Discord link does work, chat. You just have to type it into
the spore mines again.
into the
So
URL
just
bar
watch
yourself.
out.
Unfortunately, YouTube reformats it if you just try to like copy paste it directly or click it. But if you just type it in, it works just fine. I don't know why it does that. It's really bizarre. It adds additional characters to the end, probably as a pixel or as a tracking, but that messes up the invite if you don't have the correct URL in there.
Then I am going to shoot the 1, 2, 3 shots from the Inquisitors into the spore mine, and 2 shots into the gargoyles, and they have just 3 shots into the spore mines.
Yep.
3 hits, and
Making a
Yes,
Kraken
two
army for a
wounds.
750 point tournament.
Oh,
What
yes,
would I
2, so you
take?
have you have no armor.
I would probably bring. I don't know. I think I would start with a Hive Tyrant and Tyrant Guard just to wander around the table. That's a good starting point. You can then take some warriors, and that's probably fine. The Hive Tyrant and the Guard is about 350 points, so you have about 400 points to spend. You could get like 2 pretty decently sized bricks of warriors, and then maybe with some support units. And that would probably be a pretty good place to start. I think those are all good.
And then we are going to just shoot these guys. It's 9 shots. Dante is out of range. So 9 shots on freeze into the gargoyles.
Yep.
And on freeze. That's 5 saves, 80.
4 more die.
You have yeah, because they're in cover. Cool.
Yep, that's fine. Another one there. Nope. 4. Yep, fine.
Alright.
You know, keep that one there,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy will go.
Yeah, and then the land speeder here just shoots everything into the 4 mines.
Yep.
Here comes the heavy bolter. 2 hits. 1 wound, so that's AP2, so 1 dies. And then the grenade launcher. 4. And freeze, and
I just posted a new Discord invite into
Yeah,
the
free
chat,
rooms.
everybody, in case
Guys.
people are having trouble. I did just try the one that's linked in the video description, and it works for me. So I don't know that what the problem is that you're running into, but
cool. Yeah, I
this
guess
is,
that's my.
here's the invite.
shooting.
And it launches the Tactical Tortoise server.
Next up, we're gonna do.
So we did end up clearing the spore mines, it looks like.
Charge.
With the shooting. Gonna be charging the Death Company into the Tyranid Warriors, making use of that gorgeous 2-inch engagement now to fight through the wall. Take that, Warriors! You can no longer hide in safety behind your several bricks stacked on top of each other.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a pretty decent charge here. Moving laterally. I like this move. Gonna make the re-engagement from the Screamer Killers a little bit more awkward, especially since they'd have to move through the Void's Men at Arms now. And it gets them out of range of the Gargoyle stratagem, so they can make use of the photos from the Chapter Master. Now, like I said before, I don't believe that we have called an Imperative this turn. I don't think that we did, unless Odysseus has it marked somewhere. Oh, he might have used the Neurothrop Imperative, looks like. I think he did. Okay, so I think he went for +1 to cast in turn 1. So he does not have his Invulnerable save up on the Tyranid Warriors. So he could reduce damage, incoming damage by 1 with Reinforced Hive Node for his CP. But on the flip side, I mean, these Death Company have a million attacks at 2 damage, and I think that Warrior unit might be kaput regardless. Now, that won't take the objective away because the Gargoyles are still there, so that's the benefit of that layered defense that we saw. And they are in Synapse, so even though they lost a couple models to the Incursor shooting, they aren't going to run away. But this will be a pretty big swing if the Death Company do end up taking out the Warriors.
Yeah. Right.
Just want to see.
I like that we got engagement this early, chat. I think that was always going to happen. But there is certainly the impetus sometimes for this matchup to turn into kind of a stalemate, which is also fun to watch, though, I think. Really defensive games with 40k are always fun, but they're equally as fun as the super aggressive games. And both players playing relatively aggressively here.
Yeah.
All right, Death Company, what do you got? Show me what you got. Yeah, it looks like we can just barely engage a guy through the corner of the building here with that 2-inch engagement range. Good stuff.
Charge anyways. So let's do the pile. This guy comes over here.
He's fine. Yep, looks like he's fine.
This guy is gonna be here.
He punched
There's a Warriors. Stay out the Gargoyles in Warriors.
All right. Yeah, I think I would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit more of a defensive position from Odysseus here. I think, generally speaking, placing the Gargoyles at the front of the formation helps a lot more because then you project the access to that minus into hit strat a little bit better. Plus, you can potentially block off the engagement zones onto the Warriors with the Gargoyles themselves and make it very difficult to get the entire unit into the Warriors. But in this case, I think it looks like all 5 Death Company going to be swinging at them. And it should be noted, too, that if the Death Company go in and commit into the Gargoyles and kill them, the Warriors would still be obsecking the objective if they still survive. But it looks like we are going to be getting full rerolls here. Look at all that hits, chat! 20 hits with Thunderhammers. I don't believe that we minus some damage this unit because Odysseus recognizing that they are about to be turned into soup.
No, it's 2 damage each, so I think I don't have no feel no pains. So, yep, that should kill the squad. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, they did.
Yeah, AP3 from the Assault Doctrine. And that is a Warrior Squad turned into a fine powder. Good job, Death Company.
And I will consolidate.
Yeah, I do think... I think I'd like to see an engage on the Gargoyles here that prevents them from performing actions. Yeah, there you go. Because we do have potential for strategic scans on that objective or on a different objective. And if those Gargoyles are allowed to do whatever they want, they could just go and be doing that. They could also advance. Look out, Death Company, you're going to be attacked by 5 Gargoyles, though. Very scary. So I think, wow, this is been a very good turn for Paper so far. He hasn't denied any scoring from the Tyranids. Obviously, he's contested the center objective. But that's about it. And he has clipped out an entire Tyranid warrior brick, which is really what we want. And it looks like here, yeah, just angling to use that 2-inch engagement range. Love the uses of this new mechanic.
We stand ready.
To screen out the movement of a Screamer Killer Carnifex. So the Screamer Killers are actually going to be totally body blocked in and not able to come in and engage with these Incursors. Not that you would necessarily want to, I think, because you do potentially walk into an Unbridled Ardor from the Sanguinary Guard. That would be a little bit dangerous, but we're just going to make sure that these big ponderous beasts don't have a really good counter punch. All right, chat. Feeling pretty good. I think Blood Angels have to be pretty happy with how things have turned out so far. And even as a Tyranid player, you don't have great recourse because you can't push too far forward to try to sort of make up that lost time there.
Why do you get this before?
Because I have one unit in your deployment zone and you have none in mine.
Okay.
Defcom and me are touching. Don't need to be holding.
But you're not in my deployment zone. The line is here. Oh wait.
Yeah, it's within, not wholly within, so this guy on the end counts, yeah.
Okay, never mind. I didn't see that guy over there.
Yeah.
I believe the Oaths will only score for 2, right? Because I don't think the center objective, the center table is getting scored right now.
No, because nothing is core in the center.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, completely correct. Only, yeah, my bad. First. Yeah, nothing score. You're completely right.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, you can swap it over.
All right, chat. So what I was saying before is that if the Tyranids want to push super far forward to try to make any of that lost progress back against the Blood Angels, the downside here is that we do still have all of these Vanguard veterans and Sanguinary Guard in reserve. So Blood Angels are basically just gonna become waves of aggression into the Tyranid side of the table, and if Tyranids push too far forward, they just get enveloped by all of these Sanguinary Guard and potential reserves coming out. So I think Tyranids have to push, have to hold back for one more turn and make it as difficult as possible for the Blood Angels to get great engages into them. With that said, we do have a ridiculous amount of damage being represented on the Tyranid side of the table, especially from these Spore Mines. We're going to continue to passively generate Spore Mines with the Harpies and the Biovores, and that's going to, again, force these random attacks from the Blood Angels to clear them out and restrict their optimal movement. So between Psychic Powers and the follow-up melee attacks. It's interesting, these gargoyles have actually fallen back off of this objective. I don't know about that. Guys, stay there. You gotta stay on the objective so you can hold it. Yeah, I wonder if we're maybe trying to find a way for the Screamer Killer to get a charge around the side here. Problem is it can't move through the engagement range of these units.
1-inch bubble. Yeah. 1-inch bubble. Yeah. I think it just barely don't fit.
It's also 2-inch engagement from these two models, right?
Is it?
No, not that guy. Because he's too far, but this guy is.
No, he's within 1 inch of obscuring terrain. So if the engagement range is being measured through the obscuring, it goes to 2 inches.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Okay. But then let's see now if I advance him.
Good old 2-inch engagement rule coming into effect here, chat.
I suppose it doesn't get on that.
So yeah, preventing the movement of the Screamer Killer any farther forward. Screamer Killer could just go in and just mop up the Death Company squad, I think is potentially what we see. Everything in the center of the table should die, but that does basically leave Odysseus without too much forward pressure. We do have Onslaught on the table for the Tyranids, obviously. And I would be surprised if we didn't see the Screamer Killer try to push forward and grab a kill somewhere. The question is whether or not there's a place he can engage into these incursors without triggering the intervention from the Sanguinary Guard. If there is, that's certainly, I think, going to be a place for that Hive Tyrant to go. Because if he can pick up the Incursor Squad that early, he gets an objective secured unit, and he starts to turn on his Maw Claws of Thyrax to get +1 attack. Those forward deploy Space Marine units are one of the favorite things for the favorite food of Winged Hive Tyrants.
I'm also gonna grab a drink real quick.
I don't think we have selected Imperative quite this round, chat. Engage range is only 2 inches if a change is being conducted directly. I don't know what that means, chat. The extended engagement range rule is always in effect as long as you satisfy the requirements, which is that you are within 1 inch of a terrain feature, and the closest line between the two models passes over that terrain feature. So you can sort of imagine, if we were, right, that this Voidsman at Arms, he has a 1 inch engagement range like this, but it extends to 2 in kind of this cone, because when you would be measuring a model, whether or not it's engaged by the Voidsman, the closest point to closest point would end up looking like this until here, and then it would revert back to a 1 inch engagement and then pop back to a 2 inch engagement as soon as it crosses over the terrain. So it kind of looks like his engagement range is kind of funky looking. It looks like this, and then boop, back to 1. If that makes sense. I think there were, much better ways to prevent the wall hugging strategy. I think they could have been implemented, but this is how Games Workshop elected to do it. A little funky, but it is what it is. Pigsy the Battle Pig with the follow. Thanks for the follows on Twitch, everybody. Appreciate it. Thanks for everyone hanging out. So it looks like Odysseus did actually get disconnected there momentarily and is just popping back in. So we're just chilling for about 2 minutes while he gets reoriented. So I have to put the advantage bar in favor of Blood Angels right now, I think. Losing a Tyranid Warrior squad this early in the game is a little bit awkward. Obviously, he gets to trade for the Death Company with it, but that's kind of what Death Company are for. And the Tyranid Warriors are what Odysseus really needs to be able to blank out the Sanguinary Guard squads in the late game. And with one less of those, it's going to be that much more difficult. As we saw in our previous game with Tyranids from CMOB, you can set up some good uses of the Leviathan subfaction stratagem to get +1 AP on your model. So you can get the Tyranid Warriors to AP3, so they force Sanguinary Guard to save on 4s. And you can, with Adrenal Glands, or Strength 8, 2 damage, with potentially 5 attacks a model. So you can put 25 attacks down onto a unit of Sanguinary Guard. I don't believe we have a direct guidance in this list, but potentially hitting on 1s or 2s or 3s, rerolling. Although with the -1 from Sanguinary Guard. And then often with exploding 6s. So they have the damage output to at least put significant hurt on the Sanguinary Guard squad, if not wipe them out. It looks like we are going to be dropping some mortal wounds on these guys with the Harpy bombs. Should have made the Footprint of Ruins and the Road himself 2 different entities. So when the funny story,
No,
when the edition came out, that's how I made all my locals play with the terrain. And that's actually how we played, I think, on the server for a little while. Before it was kind of made clear that that wouldn't be the how the rule would be implemented by the community. And then we moved to sort of more standard. And we played with obstacle, obscuring terrain instead of ruins for a while, too, instead of area terrain. And those all seem to work pretty well. But the community not as excited about that. So 2 bombs going down on the Sanguinary Guard kills 3.5 of them. Then they are a little bit out of range for the Sanguinary Priest to come back and heal them, which is good. Looks like Tyranid Warriors actually pushing forward. This is very aggressive. What are you doing, Tyranid Warriors? Where are you going? We do have the Death Spears on those guys, which is pretty effective at shooting these regular Intercessors and Incursors. Don't know if we've picked our Imperative this turn. I have to imagine it's a Zone Thorpe Imperative, right, chat, to get an invulnerable save? I have to imagine that that's going to be the game plan. But the Tyranid Warrior is pushing out of the terrain, I think in large part to make that a 2-inch engagement rule not quite as effective. Because if you're not charging into terrain, you can't make use of it. Because you actually have to be engaging over the terrain, so if your charge target's basically not in it, it's very difficult. So we could try to start removing Incursors and Infiltrators here. I think we may be angling a charge.
I have time to get that one, so that's fine. Let me just go that way and do something. Okay, so I need to interrogate, so I don't even have. Well, I can interrogate from that side, so that's fine. Okay, Venom drops or advance. There you go, 13.
So Venom Thrope's pushing out as well. I wouldn't be that surprised to see the Venom Thropes acting as a screen here. You don't really need them for -1 to be hit, but the project in our Fight Last door is a really big deal. And if a Vanguard Veteran unit, for example, charges into them, there's a pretty good chance that they get Fight Lasted, the Venom Thropes hit first, and kill several of them to survive. They do have that 2+ poison on their weapons, although only AP1 into Armor of Contempt is not very good. Yeah, so we are going to be trying to protect the Tyranid Warriors as much as possible. The Venom Thrope standing in front of them does make any incoming charges a little bit tough. Just got to check our coherency here. Can we check coherency on the Venom Thropes real quick? I think we're going to shift some guys.
No, they had enough movement, thankfully.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so that does force Deep Strikers back, because you now screen from slightly outside of range of the Tyranid Warriors. And like I said before, if you charge into the Venom Thropes, there's a non-zero chance the Venom Thropes just spike and kill you. Or kill several models. I don't think they kill an entire Vanguard Veteran squad. That seems a little bit unlikely, but they are dangerous to charge into.
Within range of them. Well, within range of them.
So I don't strongly dislike this position from Indicius. I think we do need to see more of the Sanguinary Guard get killed from the Harpies.
The guy is going to move up his 16. Well, let's first move this Carnifex, because he needs to...
Wow, this is a...
get somewhere he needs to be.
Aggressive position for the
This
Swing
Carnifex
Tyrant.
can just pretty much just move, yeah. That's about it.
Where's he going? Where are you going, Wing Tyrant?
Yeah, you can get closer to them, I think, but...
No, they're also 2 inches, so... Yeah,
because they are... How does it exactly work? They are within 1 inch?
Yeah, so it's like, yep. This Carnifex will advance. Does that get me where I need to be? 10... I'll spend a CP to reroll this advance. Yep, that's 14. These are good 10. That's 4 plus 6 plus 4.
So it looks like we're going to be dropping our Onslaught on the Screamer Killer to try to clear out the Death Company. It's also important to remember, chat, that we do have +1 to charge on Indicius side, so if he's going for some what look like sort of unnecessarily long charges, it's because they're still unfailable. So like this Carnifex here can make use of a 2-inch engaged range and has +1 to charge. So it basically reduces it. The distance it needs to roll by 3.
Yeah, that's...
So in this case, he would need a...
I think it's a 5-inch.
Normally a 6, so down to a 3. Pretty easy.
And the next one will advance. Or a 4, I guess.
Or maybe a 4. I guess a 4. No. Spore Mines slowly but surely schlepping up.
Engage.
He'll get there eventually.
Wrong about that.
Yes. That's a sentence.
Oh. I think that's all my movement. No one's going to do the action. Oh, wait, Hive Targets are next to move.
So it looks like we did push the warriors forward to project a synaptic link to the Hive Tyrants.
So let him come over here.
And it looks like the Hive Tyrants are actually just going to be clearing at the Death Company Marines. Yeah, that's fair.
He does need to charge
The other awkward part about fighting into these
even options.
Blood Angels units is that charging into them can be a little bit difficult or a little bit dangerous. Blood Angels are sitting at 6 CP right now, so they may be incentivized to push to drop an interrupt even if the Hive Tyrant charges something relatively inconspicuous. Because they do have +1 to wound, they're some of the most effective base attacks in the game. So putting a bunch of attacks out that wound a Hive Tyrant on 4s that could potentially, get it to a bracket, it's probably worth 2 CP.
Equal to a greater, so I do get the CP.
Blood Angels. Generating another CP off of Psychic Interrogation. I think the Blood Angels may be feeling a little bit sad that they didn't take any anti-Psychic defense in this list. Because this Hive Tyrant is just asking for all of their information. Flies 17 inches across the table, and he's like, please, sir, I'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
Where's my token? I don't know where the token goes, but he's got Onslaught. Where's that token? Anyway. And then, oh wait, yeah, this chapter. Okay, it's fine. Carnifex got Onslaught. Who needs a Feel No Pain? Let's give those warriors up there 5 up Feel No Pain. They get it, and then he is going to cast. I'm gonna spend 1 CP. He's going to bounce his stuff. So yeah, bounce. Can I bounce it? He should be able to. No. He can't bounce it, so he's going to. He has. Psychic. Scream also, he has paroxysm. Whoa. I don't have anything else on. Okay, so he can't do that here. Okay, he can't do that. I have to do it from him then. No, wait, he can't, he already cast. Okay, so then we're going to cast. That's a bit wrong, but that should be fine still. Yeah, okay, so then. These guys are just gonna smite your the new troops. I mean the zone troops are just gonna smite your. I'm gonna smite your Void Guard people. And they get it. And that is D3 plus 3.
Goodbye, Voidsman.
6.
So they just die.
You've given your lives to the Emperor. Brains exploded by the Zoanthropes.
Okay, so that's a psychic done. Shooting.
Now, unfortunately, we didn't have anything on Objective 5 here that we could have tried to perform a strategic scan with.
So do I go for
Everything had to advance.
3 up. Oh, you get 2 up with that.
Would have been good, I think, maybe if to get a chain
Ignore the AP.
with a Tyrant Guard.
You need the Sangard die. So yeah, this Harpy is going to shoot everything into your Sanguinary Guard.
And we're going to see if Harpies can do,
that's 5 shots.
enough damage to Sanguinary Guard. A lot of A lot of 2-up saves here. Hopefully we can pick out that wounded guy
And these will wound on
with
2s.
the 1 damage gun.
Oh. 1 on your 2-up.
Oh, he did!
Nice.
Incredible. That's fun.
Nice.
Alright, well. See ya. Goodbye, Sanguinary Guard.
Next, oh wait, then I got 8 shots. With the little gun. On 3s. And 3s. 2-ups.
These are 1 damage, right?
Yep, they are 1 damage each.
Oh, we actually fired
also one
the
plus
Stranglethorns first?
Next Harpy will do the same.
It's a little awkward.
5,
Bit of a miss
8
sequence
shots.
there from Indicius. He could have killed a second Sanguinary Guard, but he has gimped himself a damage here, which is pretty impactful.
And 3s.
And I did literally just release a video earlier this week covering exactly why that was the wrong order in which to sequence those attacks, chat. So Indicius should probably watch that video, I think.
That's 6. 3s and 2s. Okay, on your 2-up.
The Sanguinary Guard just do not want
Last
to
bit
live.
of shooting, right? I mean, the Death Spitters can shoot a bit, so I'm gonna spend a CP to reroll the 1 here. Fine.
CP roll to save that
and,
Sanguinary Guard.
Last 1 is also fine, so go down to 5 CP.
That is the Harpies done with.
Only clipped out a single 1.5 Sanguinary Guard. Could have been an extra one though. Missed it.
The Biowars are going to shoot onto your Sanguinary Guard. He can shoot you because that one Harpy is a Nabz creature.
Yep.
So they hit. This is just the amount. Wait,
So
how many
Biowar is
shots?
actually just
Oh, yeah, how many
firing their
shots first?
attacks, not electing to drop their Spore
Okay,
Mines
it's
this turn.
5, well, 4. And +1, so 5s.
Yeah, it turns out solid gold does not make for a particularly strong armor plating, you know? It's a little bit too malleable.
D6 shots. 4, 5.
Into the incursors. Alright.
Hits on 4s. And these wound on 2s. Oh wait, I reroll once for that guy. Hey. Wounds on 2s. Yep, -4.
So -3, I have 2 ups, so 5 ups. And 1 damage each?
Yep, 1 damage each. One guy dies, one takes a wound.
I was feeling pain with the incursors. So, but still. Yep. But still, 1 guy dies.
Yep. And next, with the next Screamer Killer.
So dropping a
It's 2 shots
Bioplasma
this
from the
time,
Screamer Killers.
4s.
You'd think that 11 attacks would be enough for a big Carnifex like a Screamer Killer, but they also have a gun. A Strength 8 AP4 gun, no less.
Yep.
Basically carrying a plasma gun around with them, which is pretty nice. Only 1 damage, though. We do kill 2 incursors, so that's going to be lasting damage. The Sanguinary Priest can only regenerate 1 of them.
Warrior Brick. I'm just going to put everything into your incursors.
Yeah.
These guys are going to shoot into your incursors since they're touching the terrain. These are on 4s. That sucked. And 3s. You pretty much ignore the cover, so these are all 3-ups.
Just pull a 3
I'm on
there.
a 2-up save. I ignore AP1. What's your AP?
I think that was one more successful wound roll, right? It was 4 wounds.
Okay, so wait, no, 1 more.
Because they
Okay,
wound on
never mind.
3s, yeah.
Oh yeah, 3s.
And which squad are you shooting? Green or...
The squad, you shoot in the incursors, yeah. Hey, 1
Interesting.
dies. Well, no, sorry, 1 takes a wound.
Hmm?
That guy just takes a wound.
Oh, Mr. Sergeant. Well, I'll do that then. Okay.
I don't want to. These guys have a what? 5-up Feel No Pain or 6-up Feel No Pain? Your are these guys a 6-up Feel No Pain or 5-up?
The Death Company can get 5-up,
Okay, they can't.
but they have 6-up Feel No Pain natively.
Okay. I believe that's all my shooting. Yep, okay, so that is that. And then on to charges.
Okay, here we go. Charge phase. This is going to be a pretty big one.
I gave a 5 up to them. So Catalyst goes in.
I do have to worry. Indicius looks like he might be trying to charge the incursors. Not only is that a little bit of a longer charge, but it also, I think, with the casualties pulled here, I don't think that there's a way he can get out of the Sanguinary Guard Heroic Intervention. So if he elects to charge into the incursors, I think that could be very dangerous for him. Hopefully he remembers
first
that.
Carnifex is going in.
Yes, sir.
He's in.
Mm-hmm.
Second Carnifex needs a bit of a wind up. So does he get in? Not to the double one.
Yeah, chat. Land speeders are great.
One.
Land speeder storms especially. For
How much do I need actually?
just a couple points, you get a super fast unit that's excellent scoring secondaries.
This is a 6. So yeah. So a 5 because of my +1. Does that make it? Yep,
Might
does
be
make
able.
it.
Yeah, I guess. If
This
you
needs to go,
5, and you're within. I'm not sure about this one.
Yep, this guy.
Yeah. You moved over this guy, but I guess I'm fine with that.
Oh, well, I'll just move him back a bit then. Just 2. But it's just not so good. So it's just in 2. Those guys just auto in. I think he's in combat, but anyway. And organs. They can't make a charge. That's too far away.
Yeah, that is true, chat. You never
These guys for later.
really. It's hard to overestimate the
Death Company. I don't need to worry about that too much.
or underestimate, I should say, the usefulness of having 7 wounds rather than 6.
This guy so he doesn't run away.
Because of that expanded crew compartment that the Landspeeder Storm has.
Yeah, and say just hello to this guy.
Because 2 damage weapons or 3 damage weapons both kill you very inefficiently. And it's kind of like the Redemptor Dreadnoughts having 13 wounds rather than 12. Making things a little bit tough to kill. So it looks like Hive Tyrant actually going to be charging to the back end of these Death Company units to try to make things a little bit awkward to get into. Although he is deep strikeable right now, which I'm a little worried about. Maybe he can get screened by the Screamer Killer if the Screamer Killer gets moves.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna intervene with the Sanguinary Guard here in the back. Let me think about it for a second.
So potentially an Unbridled Ardor from this Sanguinary Guard.
These guys into the Harpy.
Yeah, for a CP.
If you want.
The Harpy has 4
He has a
attacks.
4-up invul now, and he... Oh wait, just give me 1 sec. I have to activate his ability. On a 2-up, they will take mortal wounds. Okay, they do. D3 on your Sang. They take 3 mortal wounds on your Sanguinary Guard.
So
Because he has fallacious ammunition. So,
Yes, it's
I know
not
that changes.
really worth- Yeah, I think it's not really worth it anymore to do something.
Spend the
there.
CP for it.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I keep forgetting he doesn't have the 4-up invul. He has his very dangerous ammo. Okay, we'll start with the Tyrant.
The very dangerous
5
ammo.
attacks. What is it, 6?
It's a good name for it.
It is 6 attacks. So are these guys getting a 5-up funeral pain or not?
I could put a time on me. I will
So
quickly
Tyrant
check
into the
if I
Death
have
Company.
to clear.
Non-zero chance he just clips the unit here, unless we see some crazy dice. But even if he doesn't, I mean, maybe there's an interrupt for a couple Death Company. They do have the buffs in if they want to go into the Winged Hive Tyrant, so if he doesn't kill more than maybe 4, I think there's a argument there. I think I might, on Odysseus side, I might have been tempted to spend for extra attacks on these guys.
No, it's as a target of an attack. And your damage.
It's 3 damage all around, and it's AP 3 plus. Hive Tyrant has AP 4 on his weapon.
I think it's worth. So go ahead.
At a tournament, a Harpy one-shotted triple multi-melta attack bikes? Yeah.
Good.
If they are equipped with Venom
Yes, yes,
Cannons,
I'm
Thank
on
you.
you.
that flat
2,
4
0,
damage
1.
is absolutely brutal against 4-wound profiles, so I'm not,
Actually, mortal wound because he has toxic.
not surprised about that, but that is a little bit awkward, for sure.
6 ups all around.
So
Yes,
AP.
Mom? Yes? Come in.
AP.
6 up.
So did I?
You got feel no pains though.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna
Yes.
just reroll
6, 9,
success
12. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So,
One dead. They already survived. Another one.
No. Did I?
Okay.
Okay, so there's the Death Company squad going
Now
down.
spend a CP for overrun.
Not having to worry about the Hive Tyrant getting interrupted on there. Hive Tyrant is gonna overrun back, so not looking to keep him on the side there. I think that guy will.
6 inches, yes. The Harpies are in the way, but he's just gonna 6-inch pipe in this way. He was over here, so he will just stay over there.
Yeah, the Screamer Killer would have to go towards the Land Speeder Storm, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So that gives me even better what I wanted to do. So I wanted to give. Yep, that'll be fine.
So we do maintain that objective with the Screamer Killers. I am a little bit sad that the
Okay,
Gargoyles didn't end up standing on
assuming you don't
the
interrupt
objective.
with the land speeder.
I think we see the Screamer Killers probably eaten by the Vanguard Veterans this turn, who don't really care about its damage reduction. Although we did confirm that it is a Zoanthrope imperative this turn, so they do have a 4+ vulnerable save. Which is pretty nice.
Please.
And then we also have these Harpies over here that have to be dealt with.
Nope. And please.
And we could see Vanguard Veterans and Sanguinary Guard descend upon them, and then use them to springboard forward in the future.
Is that a 1 or a 3? I'll just reload it.
This is a lot of damage, though, to be fair.
No, 5 up.
Clipped most of a Sanguinary Guard unit between the two Harpies and the Biobore shots.
So
AB please.
just
And killed, yeah, everything in the center, including the Death Company.
Explode.
Big oofs. But I think that we are in a situation here where we can now, as a Blood Angels player, we can kind of deep strike in our own side of the table relatively safely. And just try to clear out the Harpies. If you kill the Harpies, it's most of the mortal wound generation on the Tyranids army killed. If we can kill the Harpies and most of the Screamer Killers, you're feeling pretty good. These Sanguinary Guard can push forward and try to knock out the Carnifexes if that's what the game plan is. And we have a lot of deep strikes available to do it too. I have to imagine that Paper must be eyeing this top left objective with some greedy eyes there. If he can kill that Screamer Killer and even get a couple models, because the Screamer Killer only counts as one, not objective secured on this objective. If he can get a couple models on there without getting killed by the Screamer Killer, he will contest it from Odysseus. He has Rights of War in the center to contest the center objective, despite the fact that it is strategic scanned already. So he doesn't have to worry quite so much about that one. So he can drop Tyranids to a 4-point primary really easily right now, which I imagine is going to be the game plan. The Gargoyles fell back, chat.
Right now, not much.
He would have had to use the psychic power to allow them to charge back in, but I don't think that would have been worth it. I think that there was a position, I believe, where the Gargoyles could have remained on the objective. It was basically right where the Screamer Killer is now, where they could have stood there. And I don't believe that the Death Company had encompassed it with their engagement range, because they remained mostly on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, because I have a shitload of CP, I'm just trying to stay 6+2. Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna play. And then come on, face. These guys get full buffed.
So souping up the Sanguinary Guard. Full rerolls to hit, and they count as Assault Doctrine, so +1 attack, thanks to the Sanguinary Priest, in addition to their Shock Assault. So they're now attacking 5 times the model, with +1 to wound, and rerolls to hit. Pretty good.
Should Dante also buff himself?
Potentially an additional +1 to hit on top of that because of Dante, if they're close enough. Because the Sanguinary Guard do get a hit bonus if they're near the army's Warlord. because that is their job. They're supposed to be guarding the Warlord.
That's far. These guys will steal this one. Oops, they go there. These guys gonna run into the wall. Can they actually get free?
Well, chat, while we are in Paper's planning phase of his stage, as we push through the Blood Angels command phase, I'd like to take a moment to thank our invitational sponsors this season: 3D6 Wargaming, GameAt.eu, and Stock Goblin Gaming, all of whom have contributed to us, and we're really appreciative of that, supporting the T5S2 Season 5 Invitational. 3D6 Wargaming, you can find it at 3d6wargaming.com, and they make super duper cool gaming accessories, including, the coolest part I think, is objective mats just like this one, but in neoprene. So they work exactly like they do in TTS, but you can use them in real life, which is even better than TTS, to be fair. And that's really cool. And you can even get Tactical Tortoise ones. We're also going to be we've been planning on doing a couple more sets of Tactical Tortoise objective markers. So we should have more designs available relatively shortly. But there's lots of different designs available on 3D6 Wargaming, including some just sort of generic ones that have cool terrain features and little, artwork of objectives on them, so that they mesh nicely with any gaming table you're on. And speaking of gaming tables and gaming mats, GameMats.eu, as it says on the tin, makes game mats, which makes a lot of sense. But they make super duper high quality 2-sided game mats. They also offer 3D terrain pre-painted or unpainted, depending on how you want it. We have used some GameMat.eu terrain on our live streams in the studio, and it looks great. But the coolest thing about GameMat, I think, is that they offer 2-sided neoprene mats. So you basically get 2 designs for the price of one for their game mats in the correct 9th edition 40K size, the 44x60. And last but certainly not least, if we're talking about ruined terrain, Stock Goblin Gaming has some incredible ruined terrain coming out this August. They're going to be putting on a Kickstarter for some modular ruins. And it looks great. They're going to be able to be assembled and taken down relatively easily, so that you can build up or down your ruins as you see fit when you're building your game table. Looks like we are in the movement phase now. Going to be placing down some reserves. I think these are just proxy bases so far, because the other units haven't moved.
Strikers.
Exclamation point sponsors in chat, by the way, if you want to check out our sponsored partners this time around.
Well, I moved the rest. This do for me. Like that. Everything is green. This is actually fine. Yeah, one squad.
Supposed to be 6 inches away. You mind if I just... Nah, that's fine. Doesn't matter.
Game going too fast compared to the other Nids game? Yeah, I think that might be the case for sure, chat. It is against Blood Angels. Thousand Suns is a little bit more of a slow and deliberate opponent. Blood Angels is going to be coming at you a lot harder. So I like this positioning from Paper right now. It looks like he's going to be placing his reserves so that he has multiple avenues of attack. If he needs to, he can drop the Sanguinary Guard or Vanguard veteran units backwards into the Harpies. Or he can push them forward into the Tyranid Warriors on Objective 5. I'm sure he would love to get this charge onto the Warriors. The downside is that if he gets tanked by the zone throws within 3, and their fight last ability triggers, getting fought by a unit of Tyranid Warriors first is significantly more dangerous than getting hit by zone thropes. The Sanguine Regard could probably charge into the zone thropes and soak the pseudo interrupt if they get affected by the toxic spores. But against the Warriors are much more dangerous with an extra AP and an extra damage.
Screamer killers are.
Looks like almost all the reserves coming in. Chat, not entirely all the reserves. Both players at 4 command points right now, I want to point out. So both players have a lot of gas in the chamber to be dropping some stratagems. If the Warriors do get engaged, you have a potential -1 damage on those guys. We have the +1 AP strat if these units ever get double engaged, which is definitely going to be relevant against that 2+ armor save on the Sanguinary Guard. And we have interrupts, obviously, which is going to be a big deal. We're going to angle for a charge onto the Hive Tyrant. Oh no, chat.
Charge.
Yeah, I can probably push it to a 5-inch charge, I think, honestly. Onto the Hive Tyrant. Since you can engage through the terrain 2 inches. And you have a charge bonus yourself. Oh no. Is this the second game in a row, Tyranny game in a row, we're going to see a Hive Tyrant get killed? It is transhuman physiology into a 4+ invulnerable save, although no other defensive tech online. Might be a little aggressive. Oh, chat. I would be surprised if nothing goes for the Screamer Killer, though.
Get out of gun.
Because that does represent 4 points on primary if we're able to kill it. Although, to be fair, it's not objective secured, so it may also be that we're just looking to run it and cursor onto that objective and call it good. Which I think might be the game plan. Oh, here comes some Vanguard veterans.
The objective, so these are flipped for now. These guys. Here.
Pushing Sanguinary Guard towards the Harpies. Okay.
So, just 8-inch charge.
Huh. Alright. Well, that's an energy, I guess. I think, I don't know, chat. This feels like an overkill to the Harpies. Let me know what you think.
So it is.
Although it is a bunch of 8-inch charges, so less than a coin flip's chance to get each of one of them off.
Dante now is done. Dante is actually gonna advance. $14. More. It's fine. Oh wait, it was here. No, it's fine. It is with 2 bodies here. Then the same priest is gonna advance. T. Gonna go somewhere here. No, you know what? Dante will stay here, sorry.
Yeah, it's true track. We do have Wings of Fire available, but that is a
Did you put in Assault Doctor in your Sanguinary Guard?
Yeah,
a 2-turn play. The upside for the Blood Angels here is that this does restrict a lot of the potential avenues for counterattack. Although the Screamer Killers are fast enough that with an advance and charge they can get into the units in the bottom corner here. But if the Blood Angels concentrate a lot of their power down in this corner, assuming we're able to get charges off. There's nothing that the Tyranid units on this side of the table, the left side of the table, can do, because they're going to be a little bit too far away to be able to counterattack. That said, if this Sanguinary Guard unit fails its charge, it's actually just going to be sitting here and getting killed by Tyranids, so I'm not sure how much I like that.
Did you deduct already? No. So I'm from 4 to 3, I guess. So...
Ooh, but it looks like we did get the advance from the Incursors onto the Tyranid objective, but nothing in the center, so actually still dropping Tyranids to 8, maybe unless these Intercessors want to go in and play with the Carnifexes there.
Okay. And then green guys are gonna advance. That's not enough, unfortunately.
Low advance roll on the green squad to try to touch the center objective.
No O for me.
Just gonna eat it though, no CP reroll.
I'm just gonna...
Yeah, so I think this means that Indicius will still be on an 8-point primary for holding 2 objectives.
So they move 8.
Oh no, just kidding. No, he's actually totally in. Alright, just kidding. Yeah, no, he's done it before. That's what I get for not measuring that distance, Chad. It is a little bit awkward to measure distances when we're spectating here, because you can give the players information and avenues that they wouldn't see normally, so I don't like to measure. But 8 inches is actually fine. This is okay.
Like this.
I think that maybe we were looking for there was a movement block on the Scrimber Killers between the two troop squads here to sort of create our arc again and force the Scrimmer Killers to live in their deployment zone again, or complete an arc between these two buildings so that the Scrimmer Killers couldn't push through the center if this unit fails its charge. But we're just going to do it with our Singleton Sanguinary Guard. All right, well, that's an expensive model to be movement blocking with, but there's nothing else that you can really do with that guy. All right, I like this positioning from paper. He has enough stuff to theoretically clip out the Harpies if he needs to. He has a potential angle onto Objective 5. He's contested his opponent's objectives. And while he's going to lose a bunch of stuff this coming turn, it's not stuff that's important. It's just his chaff for the most part. As much as you can call a 100-point unit of Space Marines chaff. Yeah, I do think the Harpies do need to die, for sure. Especially because one of them, we have that voracious ammunition on one of them, so it's going to be dealing, probably 3 or 4 mortal wounds with the bomb, plus D3 mortal wounds with its gun, plus whatever damage the gun does innately. So each of those Harpies is probably killing 3 Sanguinary Guard a turn, or at least the mortal wound one. And that is a level of attrition that's really unsustainable for
advanced, no shooting there. Those are okay. Those are advanced, but they can shoot. And they will shoot the Venom Tropes. No, they actually shoot these guys in the back. So 2 guys in here, 3 guys in here. No other command phase stuff, nope. So let's do 6 shots into the closer target. Oh wait. When these guys come down, they want to do the action thing of the mission. Copy. Okay. So yeah, let's do some shooting. 6 guys in here, the other 3 guys here. So this will be on force because they advanced. This will be on.
Yeah, it would have been tough to relentless assault
today.
this turn, chat,
This will
because
be
of the
on
Harpies in
Tuesday.
his deployment zone.
So 4.
So if he undercommits and tries to push for getting a Blood Angels, the Sanguinary Guard
And
unit
the
into
other
the Tyranid
guys-
deployment zone, and then undercommits and doesn't kill the Harpies, then doesn't matter, and he's just given overstretched a Sanguinary Guard unit for no real gain, or overcommitted.
Moving on. 3,
It'd be 4s.
2. Yeah,
Not
you're right.
4s.
Yeah, my bad. How many were there? I didn't see.
You had about 3 3s, so 3 less.
3 less? Okay, then nothing, I guess. And then this Sanguinary Guard will shoot there. His 2 shots on force, and then on nothing stuff. These guys are rapid fire, so they don't do anything. Shooting the Harpies is not really worth the time, yeah, why not? 15 shots into the left Harpy from this one. On force.
Comes a fusillade of bolter fire into these Harpies from all of the Angelus bolt guns and auto bolt rifles.
AP1, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, 1 damage. On which one?
This one. And then these Sanguinary Guard are all gonna shoot the Venom Trope here.
Yep.
So that's 14 shots. -1 to hit these guys.
Yep, -1 to hit.
And 5s.
Ooh.
So that's 4 at AP2.
1
Good
damage
save
on 1.
there.
Okay. Then all of these Sanguinary Guard into this Harpy. That's 14 shots. Of course, they have Chapter Master. Oh no, it's by the way on freeze. Doesn't matter. And then this is on 5, so 5 AP2.
Certainly
Takes
something to be said for the
I think that's my shooting. Let's do
volume
some
of
charges.
strength 4.
These Vanguard Rats into the Harpy here.
Okay, go ahead.
8, that's not an 8. The red Vanguard Rats on this Harpy. 8.
So first unit in. Good stuff. Good job,
10
guys.
rather.
Welcome to the fight.
+1.
Now, they
These
do have a
Vanguard
4+ invulnerable
Rats
save, so we certainly need
here.
more than just one single unit, I think, to confirm the kill on that Harpy. And we definitely like to get a charge into the second one, too.
8.
Ooh.
Nope.
I have to imagine the important charge is going to be the Sanguinary Guard unit.
The Sanguinary Guard into this Harpy.
I'll spend a CP total for watch you.
Alright.
This
Harpy's
is
going to
D3 plus 3
overwatch.
shots, minimum
That's
3.
interesting.
I get 5. Both guns going into them. 5 shots on 6s. 2 hit. And these are 2s to wound. 2 wounds on your 4 up. 3 up, sorry. 3 up.
They're in cover, so 2.
Yep.
2 up. 2. Alright.
And then
The other.
2 shots. Eight. So on 6s to hit and 3s to wound. 1 wound. Yeah, okay. Hope you go.
Here comes the charge roll. An 8.
Yep.
Make it. Good. Then these guys here. So that is not enough. I will CP reroll this one. Down to 2 CP. Need an 8.
So getting orange unit in, probably the most
It's not
impactful
enough.
charge here. And it looks like we did fail.
The green guys. We'll try this guy on a 9 as well. 8 as well. Nope. Alright. Not so promising, these charges.
Well, at least we got 1 unit into each Harpy. Hopefully they can clip out the Harpies. It's going to be the real question.
Oh, these guys don't have storm shields. Okay, so that's just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will start with these guys.
Okay.
So
We're also battle round 2, so no assault doctrine for either of these units. The unit that
They
did have
have,
is in assault doctrine did not make the charge. So no extra attack, no extra AP, although the AP doesn't matter in this case because of the invulnerable save on the Harpies.
Here it is, Sergeant.
4 attacks each.
4 attacks free. Go to charge for. Because of the lightning claw on 5th from the chainsaw. 20. This on freeze. And then this is on 5s, rerolling. Oh, sorry, 4s, rerolling. That's the +1.
Okay.
And 8.
Takes 4 damage.
That's the guy with the.
Oh no, he's giving him a 4-up invuln now.
Okay. And then the chainswords. Of course.
Takes another one. He's on little bracket now.
And then these guys. I'm gonna do pile. I'm sorry. These guys first do their consolidation.
So Harpy, not quite just killed, but it is dropped to mid
It's
bracket.
fine, I couldn't do it anyway. It's fine. Oh, wait.
Little sad. It is in range to get regenerated back up
Then
too.
these guys are gonna try to murder this. I do this with this. Choose within 0.5. I think I have to do within. So that's 7 times 4. Probably murder. So
1 attacks.
28. And then this will be on freeze and then on force. And force. This is AP free.
4 ups, I boy. Oh, takes 4 damage.
Alright,
Yikes. What a roll there, chat. Second Harpy,
Okay.
not even.
We'll start with
bracketed.
this Harpy.
Mhm.
Do these things pile in? Still, even though they're aircraft.
Oh no.
I have no idea. Actually, I'm gonna do it.
Maybe do these things pile in still? Or do they just stay where they are? Okay, so for the sake of it, I'm just gonna put him in this way so he's sort of there. So we
I'm
need
fairly
to
sure they
strat properly.
do.
Is it 1 unit or both units gets this? Be right. 1 sec, you can just put the time on me. 5 of them. Find a second one enemy unit. So an enemy unit, okay. Okay. I'm gonna spend 1 CP on coordinated strike.
Yep.
So this increases my AP by 1, and I'm gonna attack your Sanguinary Guard. So both of these guys get to attack with additional AP. And I'm currently using my 4 pinpoint, okay, that's fine. So this guy has 4 attacks, you know, whatever goes through. Hitting on 3s because he's still on top bracket, and wounding on. I don't think this gives. Wait, these guys are -1 to hit, right?
Yeah, so forced.
Okay, so it would be 4s. And on 3s. 2 on your 4 up because.
AP 3, I guess.
Yeah, it's AP 3 now. 1 dies, I just want to reroll. 2 dies.
Okay, the second guy will be striking out. The second guy is heavily bracketed, so. That's fine, go ahead.
Okay, he's going to do the same. He's going to also hit into your Sanguinary Guard. So 4 attacks, it's on 5s this time. Okay, only 1 hits, and 3s.
Yeah, so to answer the
One
question, I don't think that there is any reason they don't pile and consolidate as normal.
Okay. 4 up. Oh, okay, another 1 dies.
I was.
3 dies. Stay. Yep, AP -2 wings. Okay. That's all. You got anything else?
It's AP -2, so it's actually freeze then, huh? Because of armor of content, and I have a 2 up. Oh, but you get an extra.
I get extra AP, so it takes it. That's why I did it. Take away your armor of contempt.
Seems good.
Okay. That's a turn. I don't have any morale to take, so you can pass it over.
Yeah, so I
Oh, it's already on me. Okay, Hive Tyrant is going to give this guy all his buff. I mean, his reroll hit rolls of 1, and the bug is going to give them, each of them, 3 dice pick the highest, movement.
Let's go
These guys
to scanners, 2 for Oath.
Yeah,
And
because you guys are in the middle, but you get 2 for Oath. Yeah, because you didn't fail morale, and you have 1 guy got core in the center. Okay. Okay, yeah, these brain bugs are going to move over here. And they're going to start doing action, so I don't forget. One, two, tie up, single card. Okay, this Harpy is now on its middle bracket, so this means it moves 30 inches. It's going to pivot, and fly.
Do we need
30.
morale in the Sanguinary Guard squad?
yeah, I need
only us.
You're right.
3.
on a 6. I use a guy.
Don't roll a 6.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Good call, chat.
Okay, so this guy's gonna fly this way, and he's gonna poop on these guys.
All right, the purple Sangars.
On 4 ups. 1, 2 dies. The Apothecary is not nearby.
Yep.
And then this guy, oh, for my Imperative, I'm taking Exploding 6s in melee. Guy's gonna pivot. And he's gonna fly this way. He moves.
So we're back. Top of battle round 3 now. And I believe should have scored 4 points for Indicius. Just give him credit for that right there. But that is pretty brutal turn of events for the Blood Angels. Big downside of relying so heavily on those deep strikes is that you are pushing for those 8-inch charges. And I think that things are going to go pretty poorly for them from now on. Yeah, it looks like, ooh, big roll here. Knocks with Sanguinary Guard out with a bomb on the Harpies. So the Harpies have almost removed 2 full Sanguinary Guard squads so far, putting 2 of them pretty low. The Vanguard Veteran squads in the bottom here are open to an attack from the Tyranid Warriors, so we could just see the Warriors commit to clear those guys up. The guys in the middle should all die to random stuff. between smites and screamer killers. And then we have shooting going in probably into the purple sanguinary guard, although we did see the movement blocking from paper to keep them from being engaged. We could see the Hive Tyrant go in to try to clear them, and it looks like that's what Odysseus is measuring out right now. But that feels like a little bit of an overcommittal to me. I actually don't think that the Hive Tyrant needs to go anywhere. Pretty exciting this turn.
Well, you can charge into these guys and tie up Dante for a bit. You move 19. No, actually, no, he's not going to do that. Actually, need him alive for just a little bit longer. 19 gets him over here. And you have a 8-inch charge. Yeah, that'll be fine. 19. 8-inch, 3 dice. Hopefully, as long as I shoot them, it's going to do that. I just need to back this guy up a bit, sorry. You need to touch the stupid because I can't see your sanguinary guard. You need to put some shots into them. That guy's fine. Now these. Okay, this card effects is going to advance.
The Harpies are all AP1, chat. They've basically just been forcing through damage by forcing enough saves on... Or excuse me, Stranglethorns are AP2. But they've been firing into cover, I think, so far. But they've been forcing enough saves in the Sanguinary Guard that they're slowly killing them. Right now, it's the Mortal Wounds from the Harpies doing the most damage because their bombs. But they've really been able to... do a significant number on these Blood Angels so far. Really stayed out of trouble.
Advance. They move a lot. That is 11. Rainbug will move. He moves 8. Yep, okay, 8 will do fine. That's 8. Okay, there. Kirby, would the Synapse go down? Because these guys are doing action, would their Synapse ability disappear?
You only lose auras if you are a character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not even sure that that's an aura, to be fair, but only characters lose auras anyway. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, start smacking these guys. Yeah, so that these guys are just going to move up 8.
So Venom Thrope's pushing forward. Yeah, gonna be a little bit of awkward movement there just because of the engagement from the intercessors. Would love to see.
This is going to move up.
Yeah, push from these Tyranid warriors. I think that's where I would maybe put the onslaught here. I'd like to see an advance and charge into these Vanguard veterans to pull those guys down. I don't think we're really engaging too much, although we are battle round 3, so we are turning on Assault Doctrine for
this Carnifex is just going
the Blood Angels. But
this one's just going to...
It looks like we might be angling for a charge with the Hive Tyrant into the Vanguard veterans, which does feel a little bit like
I need to
a little too long.
These mines is going...
I think Tyranid warriors could clean those up.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so they're going to advance. That is 7. I've just gone forward 7. Okay,
Yeah, I think what we were
Dante?
asking about was the synaptic comparative or the synaptic link chat.
Okay.
The synapse
Okay.
itself doesn't matter because
Interrogate him
there's
again.
nothing that synapse matters for within 6 of the zone throws.
I don't
But
get
the
it.
synaptic link
Okay,
12-inch
I'm gonna CP to roll that.
pass is a big deal right now
Hey,
because
gets
they're
it.
linking
Can I get a
back to the
CP
neuroscope
back?
currently.
I think I have no idea why they gave that secondary CP, but okay. Brainbug onslaught onto the Hive Tyrant. He gets it even with the low. He's gonna put Let's put Catalyst on the big guy. In the box. He gets it. And
So putting shields up on the wing Tyrant.
Um,
Keeping it a 5+ damage ignore.
Doesn't matter. Just put in 6 would be nice to keep for a bit. This conflict's gonna
Pretty good if we see a cheeky interrupt from the Blood Angels this turn.
Yeah, I'll spend a CP so you can cast Synaptic Imperative.
Mhm.
He gets it, and that Warrior Blob is getting a 5-up invuln.
Power the Hive Mind to drop the Zoanthrope Imperative onto the Warriors.
Catalyst goes on him. Silent buff goes on the Carnifex again. Neutral buff goes here. Where's that then? Onslaught goes on the Hive Tyrant. Okay, they're doing an action, and we are done. Sorry, Psychic done. Shooting. Biovores are gonna do the action.
Mhm.
Actually, no, they're going to shoot their... They can't really shoot. Yeah, they're going to do the action because it makes more sense. This makes me 6 mines. Three shooting 3. And they are going to just be very... Wait, that's not...
Trying to spawn Spore Mines. It looks like we got some dice instead in our selection.
These
Yeah,
up.
there we go. So Biovore is dropping some Spore Mines down to probably hamper where the
6
Vanguard
of
veterans can
you.
go without taking damage.
So 2 different squads or what?
No, it's per model. And it's 6 models in a unit. Because it makes per makes 1 squad per Biovore squad, effectively.
Hmm.
It is going to... 6 from you, 6 from you, 6 from you, 6 from you. Yeah, it's that 6, and they're all touching the terrain, so to be very annoying. Firevore's done. Screamer Killer is going to scream at the incursors in front of him. 2 shots. 4s. Okay, and 2s. 1 on your Sigla. And you should touch and cover, then you get a 5-up.
I think we don't need this guy. So yeah. So 6 of it. Nope, 6 of it.
Wound. Next Screamer Killer is going to scream at them again.
Mm-hmm.
1 shot. Doesn't hit. Okay, good talk. All these little gargoyles are going to shoot into the incursors.
Mm-hmm.
So how many? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4s, I believe. Yep, 4s and 3s. It's 2. You ignore it, so 3 up.
Forget on the guy.
That's fine. Okay, that's that shot. These this guy can't see him. Yes. There's one guy that can see that Vanguard squad. He's going to shoot into them. And the rest are going to put all their shots into... And incursors in front of them. They don't... Okay, so the one guy into your Van squad. Okay, 2 hits. I'm spending a CP. So anyone that charges this squad gets 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
2, and these are 3s to wound. Just 1 on your... Would be 4 up with this. Okay, he's fine. And
So
next,
Shard Lure dropped the
12
Vanguard
shots.
veterans to get a better charge with the Hive Tyrant. We do have +1 in there. There's 3d6 drop the lowest. So it's still going to be a relatively tough
Please.
charge if the Hive Tyrant likes to go in.
And please. -2 on your Intercessor squad.
Intercessor. Touch and cover there. So, yeah, just 4. So 2.5 guys die.
Looks like 3. So 1, this guy's weak.
Oh, yeah. So this
Yeah,
guy
right.
dies. Then this guy will die.
Okay, warrior shot, they shot. These guys don't have guns. They don't have guns. Okay. Harpy, what Voracious ammunition is gonna shoot into your sanguinary guard?
Mm-hmm.
How many are left here? 5. Okay, so no bonuses. Have I? Oh, I'm an idiot. He has 2 guns. I've only been shooting you with 1. That's fun.
I did.
So this is.
I think I noticed that those Stranglethorn cannons seem to be firing less shots
6
than was
and
normal.
4. Okay, I feel a bit
It's like
dumb.
Odysseus has been cutting himself a D3+3 Stranglethorn shots.
These are hitting you on 3s. Oh, sorry, 4. 4s unless you have a minus.
No, I don't have minus.
Okay, 4s, and these are 2s.
Ooh.
3
Oh,
on your.
what a roll that
you're in Cover
was.
there. If you're not,
5
then you get
ones.
a 3 up.
I'm in cover. So,
Brutal.
okay. At least one guy is touching here, this piece, and the slight cover, so.
Okay, yep. So he's gonna be taking the hits now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then just 8 shots. And on 3s. Oh, 4, sorry, because he's wounded. And 3s. 2 on your 2 up. Takes a wound. On a 2 up, you take mortals. You do not. Lucky. Okay, next one is going to shoot its
Mm-hmm.
Ranger's gun. 36 inches. Damn it, why did I forget that they have 2 guns? But anyway. He's just gonna shoot these incursors in front of him.
Yeah.
Is 11 shots.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very annoyed.
Yeah, I think the universe is telling Odysseus that
18 on 3s.
he's been attacking with only one
Only
Stranglethorn
on
cannon for
2s.
the entire game and should continue for the rest of the game.
You got 5 on your.
And even if he's not
Well-
going to do it, the universe will do
Well,
it for
one
him.
guy's in cover, so you would ignore it. Oh, but you have to take it on him, so it's 4 ups.
I have to take it on. Ah, yeah. No, I'm just gonna take it on the 4 up guys. 2 damage, right? So 4 up.
1 hit.
Guys, 4 up.
2 dies.
Guys. Put the time on me. 2 die, and then 3 ups.
die.
It's also very bad.
So when cursors are wiped,
Nowhere else to shoot the other gun.
charges
So,
into the Sanguinary Guard.
yeah, he's all on
Should
2
clip him with
charges.
Screamer Killers.
Okay,
real
big
question is
guys
where
charging
these
into your
guys
sand-
charge
I mean,
over
your
here.
bandits. I need an 8. I get a 10. Well, let's go.
Hive Tyrant does get into the Vanguard veterans.
Warriors are going
Okay.
to charge these intercessors in front of them.
Bit of a long charge there, but
Get a 10. So they can come right over here.
the Shard Lure says it's fine.
How many people? It's only
We're
We're
2
going to
people
push
on this
forward
board,
to
right?
try to contest this objective. It does have a banner on it currently, so if we can get 3 warriors onto it, we'll break the banner at the start of the command phase.
That's for the sake of it.
So that will similarly drop Blood Angels down to a 4-point primary turn. At least both players have parity in primary so far.
Venom drops will go in.
It's from a Shard Lure, chat.
They are very in.
It's a Tyranid stratagem when they hit a unit with a Synapse creature's ranged attack. You can roll 3d6 and drop the lowest when charging that unit.
Everything's dead over here, so that's fine. And that is all the charges. We'll start with the big guy. 7 attacks because he killed a unit. 2s go in 1s, 6s explode.
Mm-hmm.
I get 2 6s. And 2s go in everything. Okay, all that on your 6 up. And his have shield. They're dead.
Ugh.
I'll spend my last CP so he can run away.
Oh, Hive Tyrant. Here he
Here
goes.
comes-
2 big combat squads taken out in the Hive Tyrant so far. So Montclaws are level 2. He's up to 8
Would you like
attacks.
to interrupt?
That's pretty good.
No, I'm not interrupt.
Okay. Venom drops will just smack you. I don't care. Do they make you fight last? Yes, they do. You take a mortal wound on one of them. Where we can pick. And put
Did we
the
not
slack
charge into the
attacks.
Sanguinary Guard here, chat? Did we
On
forget
threes.
about that? It's a little bit funky.
1 comes back and 2 go away. And 2s. On your 3 up, because you ignore the pin, ignore the AP. 1 guy dies, I guess.
Yeah.
Always will just pile in. Does this banner go away in my command phase or your command phase?
It's my command phase.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, because. Yeah, I think so.
They changed it. It's a command phase, but I don't know if they said my command phase. So you might keep it up for another turn.
No, I think it's.
4, 8, 12, 16, 20 attacks. Well, this is the definition of overkill.
Yeah. No need to roll.
Okay. Okay, so they will just sit over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's my turn. I get engage for... I must be 6 away from this corner, so I don't get this side. I do get it for this side.
That's consolidation move. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I get it for 1 side, so I only get 2 points. And psychic interrogation I get for 3 now. Your turn.
Get 1 banner point.
Yep.
It's 4.
Although I think you can decide, so can't you... Oh, wait, how does it work? You get 2 and then it goes down, or do you get 1 and then it goes down?
I think it goes down before scoring, but I'm also not sure.
Heavy.
Time on me.
You can take 2 if you want. I don't know which way it goes.
And
With the active prayer.
Very tricky to come back from this one.
The banner gets broken at the start of the command phase and scores at the end of the command phase. So if it's broken,
Okay.
it doesn't score, yeah.
Okay, so it's only 1 point. Thanks.
Yeah, cheers. Relentless assaulting. Yeah, this guy survived. Obviously, yeah. Could have charged it with 2 screamer
Yeah.
captures.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I
whoopsie.
could have... I forgot. I didn't even notice he was there. Harpy.
No screamer killer charge. So Sanguinary Guard lives to owe some moment another
He
day.
should have been dead.
And could
But now
actually
he will
steal
spawn
that
a
objective
I think
away,
you still have it in the pocket. But,
if the Sanguinary Priest comes up to play.
additional points.
Since he grants objective security. It's kind of cute.
He's not upside. But
Although... Just make sure you don't stand near these guys.
yeah. I could move here. Or just advance over there. Alright. I think you still got it in pockets now.
Hopefully.
Yeah, certainly an uphill battle for Blood Angels from here. Most of the Sanguinary Guard have been removed, down to only 9 out of the full 27, so exactly, or 21, so less than half. And they aren't concentrated in units as much as we'd like them to be. So we can get bonuses onto the Sanguinary Guard. Do have to worry about these Spore Mines. If we run directly over the center of the wall here, the Spore Mines get hit. Or get to hit into you. I wonder if we commit in and try to clip the Warrior Squad out.
If I come close while moving, they trigger, right?
Yeah.
So
So you gotta stop your movement within 3 of them, or 6 of them for them to explode.
we don't have an interrupt. I guess I clear off the warriors there.
They do have a 5-up inbound at the moment.
5-up invul and no feel, no pain. Huh?
No, the Fear No Pain is on the Tyrant.
I can kill Harpy. Yeah, but you still have so much stuff. It's sort of have to trust that. What's this? 5 inches. What's this? I have to play really greedy here. Oh yeah, and I also need to stay away from these stupid spore mines. So it's
Oh, 6 of them.
no, I cannot because these are not mills, right? So they can go here and then charge here. Might be okay because now you have no invo left. What does Dante do?
I'll be right back.
Yep, sure. These guys move out. Let's move button. Good. Ah, yeah, you are completely right. So this cannot go 2 inches. So I guess the spore mines are 2 units, right? This guy will advance. Goes 5, 7, 2. Okay, cool. Oh no, he needs to score relentless. So he goes here. 1 unit of. Okay. It's a 5-man block with warriors. I think same guard squad and 3-man squad, and these guys can get food in. Dante needs to take out the Harpy. Priest is not gonna do anything. If I can shoot off these guys, it would be really sweet. Amer killer. Could kill that guy. Oh, they definitely need to go there. I need the intercessors charging. Kill the Hive Tyrant, the 4 of Invo. His Onslaught and Catalyst, 5 kill, is not gonna buy 30 attack. He might die.
Hello.
Oh shit, I think I was muted there for a little bit. I apologize.
Over here. And then some guys to stay here. Yes.
So it looks like here what we can do potentially on paper side of the table is try to use the shooting from the 5-man Sanguinary Guard squad, because they do have the bonus to hit and rerolls from Dante. If they can clip off the gargoyles, that removes all of the scoring on Indicius side for this objective. This Sanguinary Guardsman can potentially kill or engage the Biovores. And then the Sanguinary Priest with Rites of War has objective secured, contributed onto the center objective. So that's going to be removed from Indicius. So assuming that he can actually kill these Tyranid warriors, which is not too unlikely, although they do have their invulnerable save this turn, but we can put 2 Vanguard veteran units into them and put 5 intercessors on the objective to take the objective back. That will drop Indicius down to a 4-point primary turn a second time.
And then can I place him in a way? Probably not, because I need 2-inch, 2-inch.
And your engagement going to this guy.
2, it's fine. And then this is a... Yeah, the charge got better by that. So it's now a 6-inch charge. Dante. Where's Dante gonna go? Dante gonna take care of this Harpy himself? I think right now I need to risk stuff like that. It's very unlikely. What does the Harpy do right now? It has no invul, right? Or does it?
Yep, no invul. It just has transhuman, but doesn't really matter.
So 5 need to go through. That's very unrealistic. Nice. The Gargoyles also have transhuman, huh?
They have mini transhuman, not the big one.
Really? 20 minutes to go. This guy will come out here. The rest actually outside. Okay. I think we need to risk stuff now. You guys gotta go here. The Vanguard Rats also gonna. I don't know what the Vanguard Rats, to be honest. Some of this and then 57. No, I think I need anything to the warriors. No, whatever. Do something like this.
We were mentioning previously that this game was
And then
progressing
this
much
guy-
faster than our last Tyranids game, but I do think that there is a potential that time could become a factor. Down to bottom about around 3, but only 20 minutes left on Paper's clock. So he has to resolve this battle round and then 2 battle rounds in about probably 7 minutes each, which is certainly doable, but it does require some forethought. So it looks like continuing to target the
Dante.
Harpies here.
What does Dante do? He wants to get close to the battle tropes, I think. Yeah. And shoot him.
Might just be how I
Nobody's
play
on the
Tyranids
objective.
chat, but my first turn always
Like
takes about
and then
3 minutes. I
let's
move my
start
models to
some
make sure no one
blasting.
can shoot me and then pass the turn.
Dante is gonna do his fusion pistol shot into the Harpy on freeze.
That would be 4s. Oh wait, he's 2 to it, right?
Go get him, Dante.
Freeze. It's and then on force, I guess. Yeah, that means
Hey, that's a big deal.
The range of this guy.
Should push it through the through the armor save because no invulnerable save.
He's fine. Just go to damage. It goes straight to his armor.
4 damage drops him to 1.
Down to 1.
Oh,
So
got a couple shots that we could try to peek in and get rid of that guy.
Now these guys will throw a crack grenade into
A single
them.
crack grenade.
Okay.
Go get him, boys. Nope,
One,
not
but
that. We have a
Dante's
Dante.
close.
No.
It doesn't hit because of the fly. And these sanguinary guards are gonna shoot the.
Yeah, so the question here is whether we. Looks like we will stick with the plan. Shoot the
So that
gargoyles.
is
Try to remove
12
them.
shots. On 2s because of Dante. And this is on 3s. So 9 saves at AP1.
These 6 ups. It did it.
Alright. Then I am going to. The Sanguinary Priest is gonna shoot a crack grenade into the Harpy. Doesn't hit. These guys are gonna throw
That
many.
was 10 shots from the Sanguinary Guard, yeah.
I think so. Or 10 or 12. Yeah,
Because there's only 5, right?
5.
There's
6,
one, yeah.
After guy. Yeah, it does because of the color. It doesn't show up. Sorry.
6 of them.
Yeah, I have 6. It's confusing because he is not color coded, so.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Got 1 back. Okay, off you go. You going?
1
Four
regenerated
shots
from the
with the
Sanguinary Priest. I apologize. Yeah, I missed that.
And then,
He just didn't get added to the unit on the scripting.
yeah, they hit.
I understand.
I think 3 wounds.
Yep, 3 wounds, so 6 ups, funny enough.
Hmm.
3 died. 1, 2, 3.
And then this intercessor squad shoots here. Just 1 guy. The other guy just don't do anything.
You can't see the mines.
Hmm. This guy?
You're going through the terrain.
You're completely right. Then these 2 guys are just gonna shoot the venom probes instead.
As you wish.
So this will
I'd really
be
like to
on
see some shots get
Force.
directed
Force
into
hit.
that Harpy, to be honest.
And on 5s. 1 wound.
Just on the off chance we pull it down and don't have to commit any of the
Yeah,
flying
one
units to
pixel.
kill it.
Shot. Should have shot the Harpy instead. Would have been a dead Harpy. Cool. Let's go to charges. These guys charge the Harpy here.
Okay.
Charge distance is gonna be a 5. I think that's yeah, I think that's just yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend TP to overwatch you. No, wait, hold up. It's not worth it. No, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind, go ahead.
Yeah, because of
Just
the 2-inch thingy, I just need to go here.
So Vanguard do get to back to the objective. So objective will
Released.
remain in control of the Blood Angels. That should flip the Harpy pretty easily. The other Vanguard veteran unit has to do 9 damage to the second one, which is a little bit tougher.
The Sanguinary Guard just gonna charge the Hive Tyrant in the back.
Sanguinary Guard
So
guard for the going for the
that's
Hive
6.
Tyrant.
+1.
This is dangerous, chat. Ooh, but
That
that's a
is
good roll.
11.
Okay. We have to make sure here that we do not stand within 3 inches of the Venom ropes at the end of this
I want
charge
to stay
phase.
outside the
Because
fight
if we
last
get-
Venom
yeah.
Probe, if that's possible.
If we get fight lasted here, the Hive Tyrant will kill most of that Sanguinary Guard squad in the swing. But no interrupt available for Tyranids. So this Hive Tyrant's just going to have to grin and bear it. But it is a little prescient that we did put that catalyst
like
on it.
this, but I need to fulfill coherence.
Nope.
That's fine.
Nope, this guy.
Yeah, I had plenty of movement, so I can do that.
All right, well, this is we're going for broke here, chat. This is the opportunity that we
Sanguinary
have.
Priest is gonna go into the Harpy.
Sanguinary Priest charging
It's
backwards.
a 7. Something like this. And then Dante is gonna charge the Venom Tropes.
So the character's taking point now.
Where do I want to go? I'll go like
Dante
this.
stands within.
This.
If Dante can clip out the Venom
Check
Tropes, he
it
will
out.
at least contest the center objective.
Like this.
But if he stands
Okay.
within 6 of the Sanguinary Guard, he is objective secured himself, so he would take it regardless of whether or not the Venom Tropes die.
Make me fight last.
Fortunately, Dante's got that 2+ base armor save, so there's not really much danger that the Venom Tropes will do too much damage to him if they force him to fight last.
And then the Intercessor is gonna go into the.
Now, this is one thing that I think is pretty important to keep in mind about Blood Angels,
Like it.
is once they hit that Assault Doctrine, Super Doctrine, we're going to get Intercessors in anyway. Even these little chaff units, these little Intercessor units, become pretty lethal. They get +1 AP, +1 attack, and +1 wound. So this unit standing by Dante is hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, wounding even the Venom Tropes on 4s at 1 AP, so they only save on a 5 up. With 4 attacks each, 5 on the Sergeant,
Probably a bit further back. I don't know.
even more, 6 on the Sergeant, because he has a chainsword
Then,
face.
Sanguinary Guard into
Which
the
is, it's not the
so
greatest
it's
melee
pretty
profile in
much
the entire world. They're certainly
charge
better in
and
Warhammer 40k,
Spider
but
Bats into the
it's good
Raiders.
enough that they will trade up significantly into units that you don't expect once you hit that Assault Doctrine bonus. All right. So we got to see a big turn here out of Blood Angels. We also have to see this Vanguard veteran unit charge. Don't forget about those guys. So there's a potential here that we could, if everything goes well for Blood Angels, we clip the Hive Tyrant, the Venom Throbes, this Warrior Brick, and both Harpies, as well as the Biomore Squad. So we're left with the Screamer
Roll
Killers,
charge distance. No, these are actually alright.
the Neurothrope, Zone Thropes, Tyrant Guard, and no Imperatives.
And then these guys.
So if this turn from Blood Angels goes absolutely perfectly, Blood Angels, look at that 12-inch charge there from the Vanguard veterans. They're really picking things up. So if this turn goes perfectly for Blood Angels, they can squeak this game back, and I think this very appropriately is the kind of turn that we needed. Yeah, using that 12-inch movement there. We're going to body block in that Screamer Killer to prevent it from going around and engaging with the rest of the fight, and potentially hold our own objective here.
And then. Where do you start? I will start with the funky stuff, and then.
At the start of my turn,
Mhm.
make sure that they are outside of the play.
Mhm.
Yeah, play just okay. Yeah, you're outside of 3, so on a 3 up, the Dante will fight last. He fights last and he takes a mortal wound.
Alright, so down to 5. And then, yeah, so my fighting, I will do start with the Sanguinary Guard.
Yep.
So, it's 20.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Twos, we roll
can the
once.
Sanguinary Guard do it here? 1 miss.
And then on force. Alright, that's pretty tough roll. Oh, this is also
24
pretty
go
good.
through. Good saving throw.
Just
2 damage each for 16 damage.
2 damage.
Should clip out the Hive Tyrant.
He's alive still. But no, wait, this is 2 damage each.
2 damage each, yeah.
7. So he's down to. Come on, please. Up. 7 plus 4. Wait, is he dead?
Yeah, that's 5, huh? I think he's dead.
Yeah, and I think we have 1 floating too.
Oh, that sucked. Yep, he's dead.
Yep.
Does
There goes the Hive Tyrant.
explode.
All right, we did it. That's the Sanguinary Guard doing what Sanguinary Guard do best, and that is kill stuff with swords. I'm not sure if they're going to be inside the Rites of War or after Sanguinary Priest. I guess it depends on how what happens with the Harpy once the fight phase is over. So we could potentially get objective secured on this objective as well, and block Odysseus from scoring any primary objective points. And that actually might be the swing back that we needed here. That's going to be points that are very difficult for Odysseus to make back. Yeah, so some of the unit have to go back towards the Venom Thropes and the Scrimmer Killer. The rest of them have to go to the Zone Thrope. Ooh, put a guy on the objective. Put a guy on the objective. No? Alright.
Yeah.
Just kidding. So that also drops our imperatives as well. So we will no longer be getting our, I think we are Warrior Imperative this turn, so Exploding Sixes to hit. Not today, though. I think we had a pause real quick. Not sure what happened there. But that's pretty big. I think the other big question mark here, this Harpy is probably almost certainly dead. And the Venom Thropes and the Warriors, I think, without an interrupt available, the Warriors could potentially survive with their invulnerable save, and if they minus some damage to Sanguinary Guard going into them. But the real question mark here, I think, is this Harpy. It doesn't have an invulnerable save anymore, and we are buffed with the Vanguard Veterans, so they're going to be 5 attacks apiece, rerolling their wound rolls. But again, it's only 5 ups, and they don't have a bonus to hit right now. So we could flub a little bit. And I think this is the turn that Blood Angels needed, assuming the rest of the turn goes well. And also assuming that we have any players. Not sure where they disappeared to. But how is it going, chat? How are we feeling? This Battle Round 3 has been pretty explosive. I do wonder about the positioning of the Tyrant. It felt to me like I think we could have put the Warriors into the Veterans over here and probably still accomplish what we needed to, and then have the Hive Tyrant fight in the center and then over on farther back. So the winner of this game will go on to play against the winner of Monday's game, Jonathan versus Random. It's a Harlequins versus Adeptus Sororitas. And we also Monday have our first round 2 game as well, between Ash and Devin. Excited to watch that one. Oh, looks like we are attacking now.
Force with 3 rolls on red.
So I think we've flubbed our chainsword attacks with these Vanguard Veterans. Forced 17 saves on the Harpy. That should do it, right?
You get 6 ups.
Yeah, that is not insane number of 6 ups.
All
Alright, so what Harpy number 1 goes down finally. It took us 2 turns to get there, but we finally got rid of it.
Nope.
Harpy number 2, probably not long for this world, I'd have to imagine.
This. Done. Up next, these guys. I got this one free here. 4 mines will trigger. Stay outside free.
What's interesting is that we have had so little work done to the Screamer Killers that I think there's still the potential here for, because they are such a concentrated concentration of melee power, there is still the potential here that the the Screamer Killers and the Zone Throps are able to sort of push things back in the Tyranids' favor. The Screamer Killers will eventually go down to the 2 damage weapons, but obviously it's less efficient than Paper would like to commit them. And I think if they fight into the Vanguard Veterans, the Vanguard Veterans are probably the most dangerous units to them. So if they can clip out the Vanguard Veterans with the Screamer Killers, which it looks like I think they might be able to do this coming turn. Although Blood Angels are representing interrupts, which is that makes things much more difficult for Tyranids. That means that they may be able to run the table. We also have the Zone Throps in here. Shouldn't forget about those guys, representing a D3+3 damage smite. And there goes the second Harpy. 2 Harpies down. We've finally done it. Sanguinary Priest is a little bit sad right now. He's just kind of chilling. That guy might turn into a fine mist.
And then up next, I do these guys.
For now, just spend 1 CP for -1 damage.
Yeah, right now this is just...
Yeah, well, for your Sanguinary Guard.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
one.
It's fine. That one needs to hop out. The rest can stay where they are. And then I have a 9 of Dante. Alright, so we get the same, so it's 10, 10, 10, and then 5. Two days, 3. No, it's 30 attacks, sorry.
Yeah, gotta take a quick quick break for math here, I think.
Roll down there. It's 30 attacks, not. I did 5 attacks too many on this Harpy, but it was not close, right? So. But if you want me to reroll, you can reroll that. So this would freeze, rolling once. And then this is on force. The red ones I reroll. So this would be AP3 and then AP2. The red ones are AP3. We have 5.
3, 4, 5. Yep, they should be dead.
So the Vanguards just clip the Warriors. No need to
Time to fight.
spend the CP for the Sanguinary Guard.
Well, it was 17. Even if I give another 5, it would still be 12. That's 3 more than he had.
Yeah, so there's 1 guy left.
Yeah, so making up for a little bit of a mistake on the Vanguard
These
Veterans.
guys will.
But at the end of the day, would not have mattered.
First of all, you guys hop out.
I'm a little bit worried about time here for Blood Angels. 10 minutes left. With 2 full battle rounds to go.
Those are... Now we do the intercessors. Something like this. So they have 2 base. Sergeant has a chainsword. So he is AP2, so it's 2 base, 3 for charging, 4 for soul doctrine. So let's start the normal guys first. So that's 4 times 4, 16. One's from Dante. And then this is on force into the Venom Troops. So these are all AP1.
That is 4 damage. You kill 1.
So 1 Venom Thrope clipped out by the Intercessors. But I think we still have
Venom
the
Throps are going to swing into your Intercessor squad.
Chainswords around.
Bound to do. Yeah.
Dante is fighting last.
An
So
attack.
Venom Tropes get to swing. Electing not to go into the 2+ save on those guys.
The Imperatives go away as soon as the creature dies, right? Or the ground.
I have no idea. Don't play it.
Yeah, it's immediate.
Yeah, okay. So these are 2s to wound. All that on -1,
I
so
also
3
don't
ups
think
on
that
your
these guys
intercessor
are in
squad.
range for an imperative regardless.
3 ups, intercessor squad.
Yeah,
So
just
one
one
guy
guy.
dies.
Picks up one intercessor with the venom throps, and now it's Dante's turn, and we should see
Dante
those guys get
missing.
clipped out. So Blood Angels did everything they needed to. I think
Dante's
this turn.
gonna strike. It's 8 attacks.
And that puts Tyranids in a tight spot, although certainly not dead. The damage output that is being represented by these Screamer Killers is a big deal. And also, we have had kind of a trade of misplays here because the Sanguinary Guard was forgotten about, I believe, by both players. Odysseus did not charge it last turn when he could have killed him. And this turn, I don't believe that Paper charged him into the Biovores. Because I don't think that he had any reason not to be able to charge there. Unless he advanced, then I missed it, but I think he was in charge range. So he could have potentially clipped out the Biovores as well, but that dude's just chilling.
Fighting my Carnifex is gonna have some fun.
Yeah. See, yeah, with the Carnifex, you can pull their weight. So
It's being
I
very
score
sneaky, yeah.
3 for Oath. Because I
Sneaky
killed
beaky
monster
boy.
or character. I'm in the middle, and I didn't fall back. I will score Relentless Assault. And other than that, nothing. So.
Okay, I get 4 here. Let's see what I can do. 3 dice will go both on these guys.
Yeah, so I think a missed opportunity as well
guys are
to lock Odysseus out of primary scoring. And despite the fact that Odysseus still has all of these Screamer Killers left on the table, that might have been curtains. As such, still giving Tyranids the out. This is very aggressive positioning from these Zoanthropes. Holy crap.
These guys are just gonna
Zoanthropes could peek around the side here and try to peek a Mortal Wound into the Sanguinary Guard from this angle, but looks like we're just going to throw them right up in the middle.
So they're just gonna run up and blow up on your veterans.
Hmm?
That is 2 plus 3, so 5 mortal wounds on your veteran squad.
Cool. 5 mortals. I have a 6 up Feel No Pain against that because of the priest. Yeah, 2.5 die.
Oof.
These guys are gonna advance and blow
Spore
up on.
Mine's still doing their
Dante.
stuff.
Where is Dante?
Yeah, going to clip
Oh, there he
some
is. Yeah, they can blow up on him.
Mortals into the Sanguinary Guard as well.
Not Dante.
Yep, they all blow up on Dante.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 3
Ooh, on
minus.
Dante. No way.
He's very dead.
No way, chat.
That is
Oh, no.
4 mortal wounds
He's not dead.
on Dante.
He's actually okay.
Lives.
That was close. What the heck? Spore Mines do D3 mortal wounds on a 5+, I believe.
These guys is going to move
I
up
don't
this
know,
way.
2+, just a single mortal wound. But
This
we rolled
gonna
all
kill's gonna finally
D3s.
say
So the
hello.
D3 roll is really low.
I'm careful with 2-inch. Yeah. Those are this guy. Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna kill. Can just ram into him, kill them. Just gonna. Let's see if these guys can get angry. Yeah. He's just gonna move up there 6. Neutral will just move up here 6. This guy, what does he want to do? I'd like to shoot him. These guys are over here, so he's gonna just move over here. Okay, that's fine. Yes, that's fine. He's out in the open. Dante is doing. Make mines and blue of the gold. That doesn't matter for now. Okay. Actually, I might just pull this guy back a bit just in case he wants to smite him.
Sure.
Let's see, new tropes. You can just do it, that's fine. Okay, on to Psychic.
Mhm.
To give up interrogation for now. So the brain bugs up there are gonna do their smite.
Oh my god.
You keep
Alright.
super smite, so this is d6 plus 3. I take
Triple six
Fair.
smite.
2.
Eh?
I take 1, sorry.
Mhm.
I take 1, and you guys, your guys take
8.
7. Oh yeah,
7.
8, sorry. 8 mortal wounds, so 4 of them go pop.
Wow.
That's
What a
amazing.
smite
Mm,
from
1, 2, 3, 4. Goodbye.
zones. Brutal. Okay. Yikes. Spikes. Man, these two
Yeah, I
armies
see
have just
this
been
guy.
clobbering each other
So-
so far.
Yeah, I think you moved him in a way that you see him now. At least you declared the intent like that. Otherwise, I would have pulled differently.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. He is going to. He can just smite, so that's fine.
Yeah,
Three dice. Well, it's d6, so this guy's dead already, I think. Let's go over 1.
I need to pull anyways differently, so I'm gonna have them here. If you don't mind, I will. No, I think you can still shoot down this. So they will just. No worries.
Yeah, that's fine. Your guy takes how many models? Does he dies? I guess.
Wait, did we not roll a 1 on the Mortal Windsor?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a 1. Just put it back. 1. Sorry, I lost my train of thought when he interrupted me.
Okay.
Okay, so that's fine. So I got Catalyst and I got Onslaught. I could also just Psychic Scream him, but then that's kind of a waste. What else do I need? I need my CP. Yeah, he's just going to Catalyst. The Carnifex. Actually, no, you're Imperative. That is 5, 6. So he doesn't get it. Do I need Imperative? Broken 6s would be nice, actually. Yeah, I'll spend a CP to reload this.
Mhm.
Okay, he gets Imperative, the Carnifexes. This Carnifex gets Exploding 6s. Okay, so then that's about it. That's fine. On to shooting. This Carnifex is going to shoot Dante. 3 shots, hitting on 4s. 2 hit and
Does
2
that work, chat?
2 wounds at
I
minus
don't
4.
know.
Oh, 4 up. 4 up.
He did. And he's on the reroll.
-2 or -3?
Minus 4.
You have more.
Does Dante get an invuln? He
Yeah,
have
he
a
has
hit.
4 up.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You have other
I think
shooting?
it does.
That's him?
Yep, him.
Yeah, but he cannot shoot him because.
Oh, he's
closer-
not. Okay.
I
I think that's all my shooting.
I think you can, chat.
Mm,
The synaptic imperatives don't go active if your warlord dies. While your warlord is on the battlefield, synapse units from your army have a synaptic imperative ability, depending on the one that is active for your army.
I rolled a 6 and a 3, so that takes
And then the psychic power considers whatever imperative you select to be active.
another one, and then it's 8, 4.
Oh, but I guess the issue would be that the is it the imperative abilities drop?
-4 on these guys.
So 2s, because strength 8, I guess, yeah. So,
Yep.
so 5 ups. No, so 2
2 die.
guys die. I think I cannot keep up.
Yeah,
the
I think it works,
clearance,
Jack.
but that doesn't matter because currency check will be at the
Someone
end.
can correct
That's
me
fine.
later, I'm sure. But
Okay,
I'm
this
I'm
guy
fairly sure
is
it
going to
works.
scream at. Yeah, probably could have done that a bit different, maybe. Who do I want to scream at now? You can't charge.
Right. So it's not that while your warlord is on the battlefield, like you project a synaptic imperative. It's while your warlord is on the battlefield, your synaptic imperative ability is active for your army. And the psychic power, to my reading, causes the synaptic imperative to be effectively active for your army. It's kind of a bizarre interaction, though.
Engage needs to go this way, so these guys might need to die. That side I probably won't get. But I need to at least take down. And Dante needs to die for this turn. So I can do that. Okay, that's all my shooting charges.
Let's go.
Okay, these guys are going to charge. This is a 7-inch charge, and I have no CP, so I'm probably gonna fail this. Be very funny. I do need to get these guys, kill these guys. So okay, Tyrant Guard are gonna go for your Sand Guard.
That's 5, I guess.
Yep, 5.
Mm.
Come on. Fuck now. Okay.
So Tyrant Guard,
are gonna
Snake
try to
Eyes are
charge you.
charge.
Yeah, he's in.
He's
Into the
in.
Sanguinary Guard.
And you're also gonna fail one of my important charges. These 2 brutes are gonna charge you. Oh wait, sorry, I'm gonna shoot with them.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Would don't? No, they would be the closest. So yeah, they're just going to pummel your Sanguinary Guard. Actually, no. I'm gonna just make mines. It's fine. I'm gonna make 4.
4 mines.
And these guys will just put them right over here. That's fine. I'll just leave them here for now. Okay. Okay, so that's that. This Carnifex is gonna just charge. Who do I need to kill? I need to kill those guys. So he's gonna charge. Needs to just get here.
So the to my knowledge here, chat, the second or that final clause of the ability, it's a synapse units from your army have a synaptic imperative ability. ... There's sort of the 2 forms of synaptic imperative ability. There's kind of an abstract version that floats in the ether until you select it to be active. And as far as I can tell, those are always available to select, but you do not then gain the 6-inch, quote unquote aura, which is also referred to as a synaptic imperative ability, which is great. If your warlord is not on the table. So if you were, you can still select a synaptic imperative ability if the warlord is destroyed, just none of your synapse units project it, right? But I don't believe that interacts unfavorably with Hive Nexus. Yeah, so none of your synapse units are currently projecting the ability, but Hive Nexus considers it to be, being projected within 6. So I think it works. I could be wrong, and that may be subject to change in the future.
Yeah.
I am a little loopy today, chat. This game got rescheduled by 4 hours, so I am on maybe 3 hours of sleep right now. So
he's gonna put.
That could be affecting my reading, but I believe that's how it's intended to be.
I'm save on 5s on both of them. So he's the one that explodes.
Yeah, it's very gray. I agree.
No, he's
chat.
not the one that explodes.
It looks to me like synaptic imperative ability, quote unquote, is used for 2 different in two different ways in the same rule. So, like, both the synaptic imperatives that you have access to are synaptic imperative abilities, and then once you select one, it gives you a new synaptic imperative ability based on the synaptic imperative ability you just checked. What a nightmare of a rule. Thanks, GW.
3 on your 5 up.
But we have an exciting game to watch the finals of here.
So,
the final
5 up.
couple
So
rounds.
3 die.
So instead of talking about rules, we should talk about the game. Looks like Screamer Killer went into Vanguard Veterans and the Intercessors. Looks a little bit aggressive. Flips out 3 of the Intercessors to try to clear the center objective, but I don't think we did it. I think we failed charges with the Tyrant Guard and the Screamer Killer in the center, but we did get a charge into the remaining Vanguard Veterans.
We don't have anything on the objective right now, so Dante will be not anyway scoring it. So, okay. I will, yeah.
And then this will be 5 into the other one. This will be 3s and 3s. Okay, 2 on your 5 up.
I will. So,
1 dice.
Okay. Guy in the back.
Go that way. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, pick your poison.
So I can interrupt, right? So I will do that. Will I, actually? This Screamer Killer will just scream and kill these guys. These guys can kill the Buyer Wars back there. It would be kind of cool. So
it looks like Biovores also failed to kill the Sanguinary Guard here. Yeah, I think
so it's either the
we had a lot of material left on the table for the Tyranids, but I think that the loss of the Hive Tyrant has kind of made things awkward, and this is a significant underswing. Although I think Odysseus might have been pushing really hard to try to kind of close things out. But it looks like the Sanguinary Guard's still alive, which means they are actually going to steal this objective from the Zoanthropes. I think that was probably an unbridled ardor to get them into engagement range there. The other Sanguinary Guard clipped out one of the Biovores over here. And the Screamer Killer has not killed the Vanguard Veterans, is that correct? Oh no. Oh, chat.
1 hit.
-1 to hit.
No.
Death Mask.
You know what? I'm really annoyed that I did not. Anyway, it's fine. The Screamer Kill will activate.
Okay, we haven't attacked on 3s. Yeah. Ooh, that was a terrible roll, though.
Okay, fine.
Yikes.
And 3s. Okay, 2.
Only 2 onto these Vanguards.
5 up.
One of them saves and kills only a single Vanguard veteran, and we can pull a guy who's...
take this one out of West Currency will be fucked.
That's interesting.
And then
the Vanguard veterans are engaged in melee, so they actually get a file and consolidate regardless, so they can move back into coherency.
So I will take this one, pull
the
the
guy who's on the objective. Yeah.
And I think...
Yeah. That guy wasn't there.
Right?
Anyway.
So where? Here.
That wasn't put him here, because that's...
Yeah. Okay, whatever. Yeah, he's based. It's fine.
Yeah.
He will not move. Then I strike with the Sanguards into your Zoanthropes. I guess
Well,
I will base these guys, and this guy will move here, and then actually he also moves in here. So they hit on 3s now, 10 attacks.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. 10 attacks was you. Hugo intervened.
They are chapter mastered. So that many, and then this is on 2 more 3s because the +1 to wound is also.
Yeah, but I'm transhuman.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Good old Highly Leviathan. So
Yeah,
clips
one
one of the Zoanthropes.
Let's go. Just pile in back onto the point.
Yeah, so that will contest the objective, which I don't think makes a big difference here. Because Odysseus is still going to be losing control of it.
Yes,
Unless two Zoanthropes kill a Sanguinary Guard, which would be really impressive.
Okay, you can strike back with the Zoanthropes if you want. At this point.
That is 2 attack, 4 attacks. What the fuck?
Although I think that the
Yeah, two attacks equal down. Okay.
yeah, we're pushing for a 12-point primary here, and I think Paper has it in the bag.
Yeah, 5s. Okay, one
I
hit.
don't think this. Yeah, the center objective is taken by the
threes. No wounds.
by
Okay,
Dante.
that's fine. You just got morale to take everywhere. Well, after you hit me with your guys.
After I hit you, so I will.
Yeah, these Vanguard veterans get to
guy,
swing.
I guess it's not base, but doesn't really matter. He will just come here and he will make his 4, 5, 6 attacks because he has a chainsaw. I think I also forgot to strike with him, but it doesn't matter. This is on freeze and on force. This many. AP2 into the Screamer Killer here from the Intercessor Sergeant.
+1 for charge, +1 for thingy, +1 for sword. So you should have 6 attacks.
Yep, I made 6.
AP?
This AP2, so it takes just
So one wound. That's fine.
these guys.
Where did my funeral pains go?
You had him on. I don't know.
No, it was on the buff idiot that didn't charge. It didn't make his charge.
3 guys will strike, and no sergeant here, so that's 15. No. Yeah. Because 2 base, 3 charged, 4 assault, 5 as lightning claw, and then 3 chainsaw. So this one freeze. 3 rolls from Dante. And then this is on force. We have 3 rolls for the lightning claw. And then this blue is AP3, red is AP2.
Yeah, so 5s and 4s. He takes 6. Wait, 5s. Yep, 5s and 4s. He takes 6.
Alright.
Doesn't quite kill
he
that
was on
Screamer
8, so
Killer.
he's not a 2. Okay. You got a lot of morale to take. This guy pass. Wait, hold up, he lost.
These guys still can strike. So
Go ahead.
So 3.
Yeah, can I
We'll get
confirm
within.
Paper's control over this objective? We have a consolidate. Oh yeah, actually it might be messed
Yeah,
up.
this guy was based, we said. So what I'm gonna do is just move him closer to coherency, and then in the last step, come over here.
So if
yeah.
the move doesn't reestablish coherency, they can't do it. So
They cannot do it.
yeah, he gets stuck.
That's amazing. Right, then that's what it is.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were that
So
far
he
away,
cannot
actually.
strike, I guess, and then he dies in the currency check thingy. And then this guy will strike you, and he's 5 + 1,
It's a little funny.
and then
Also potentially could run to
force.
morale too, because the Screamer Killers are also
Yes,
reducing
lightning
his
claws.
morale, I believe,
so that's 4 at 8
because they killed a unit in the
2
a model in the unit.
7. So now I have a shitload of
Since my Screamer Killers killed 3, yeah? You are -3 leadership, and that guy took down 4 there, so that's -4, and -1, yeah.
Alright, so let's start with the Sanguinary Guard here in the back. They lost
4.
4 + 4. That is fine, because their leadership, 1,000 from Dante. Then this guy, he runs. These guys, they're fine, because, no, maybe on the 6, but let's see.
There's no sergeant in here.
No, they're fine, I rolled a 1.
Okay.
And then these 2 guys lost.
Hey.
And these guys.
I runs from currency check. And which guys? Sorry.
No, these guys lost 2, so they're fine, and that's about it.
Alright, so my turn. I will score.
I think Gage for 2, and...
So not many Blood Angels remaining, but I think you have to admit that that was probably...
Seems good.
That was certainly not the turn that Indicius was hoping for. He lost a lot of his own firepower in that turn. And we get Paper his first 12 of the game. He has the potential for a bottom round 5-12 as well. I almost wonder if there's a universe where he just, yeah, pushes into the buildings, tries to keep the Screamer Killers off of him, and says go. We do have Dante trying to fight a Screamer Killer, though. It could be fun. Downside is if the Screamer Killers go first, you don't really want them to attack you. They have a lot of attacks. Now, we also have to mention that no prisoners has not yet been tallied up for Tyranids. And I think we can give ourselves a little bit of a preview to what that looks like. We've killed all but 5 Sanguinary Guards, so 16. Plus all but 8 Vanguard Veterans, so another 12. So 28 Marines. Plus a Voidsman squad. So it should be somewhere around 60 wounds, is that right? Yeah. So it should be around 7 points so far on no prisoners, if I'm doing my math correctly. Oh, we've also killed 2 units of intercessors, or 3 units of intercessors, so should be about 9 points for no prisoners. So Indicia is currently only down about 4 because of these broken banners on the Blood Angel's turn, Blood Angel's side, excuse me.
And then these guys. Kill up my banner. Kind of have to fall back here. Yeah, I'll lose the oath point. Fall back here, and then also fall back here. And then this guy will stay in combat with your Barbor. And the priest will actually move here. And that's okay, he will advance the priest. That's enough to be somewhere in the very back. Shooting. Dante's gonna shoot the zoanthropes. Actually, that's fine. Dante's gonna shoot the zoanthropes. So,
These guys are in combat with me, but it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. No, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, Dante can also not shoot them, so instead I'm gonna make some charges. So these guys charge into the Screamer Killer.
Yeah, gotta resolve this turn super quick here, chat.
And then Dante's gonna charge in here.
1 minute left.
Charging up here. And then these are fine. I'm gonna start striking with Dante into the zoanthropes.
Okay.
So let's 8 attacks. No, you have CP injured? No. So that's good. These don't hit. And this is on human.
Damage? 2.
Damage is 2 each.
So he just takes 2 damage.
Mhm.
Next one.
Next one. So this is on 2s. The Sanguinary Guard Squad. We're rolling the 1s. And this is on 4s. Okay, that many.
1 dies and 1 takes 2.
So that
Oh,
clips
no,
the
both did.
unit, yep.
Guys,
That's fine. They can die.
so these are the chainsword attacks. Hitting on 3s, and then on 4s. What leg? And these are rerolls. So that many into the Screamer Killer here. AP3.
The reds are AP3, right?
Red are AP3.
Oh, he's dead. Unless would you let me reroll one of these, or do you think it's a bit late for that?
I still have the Founder Hammer to come in, but yeah, you.
Okay, never mind. He dies.
Is it the Screamer Killer serving on a 4, right?
Yeah, but he's AP3 now.
Yeah.
So it would be 5s. 5s and 4s with the thingies.
Are they Not a 1+?
That's only for that's light cover. Only light cover.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We don't have it's only for shooting effectively.
Yep. Alright.
He's dead. Yeah. Wait, did I roll for his explosion?
No, I don't think so.
Nope. He doesn't go.
Cool.
Alright. And then they will do file. And then you strike me here.
Yep. I'm gonna try and hit. What happened to this guy? Oh, he's over there.
Right.
Okay, so my Screamer Killer will try and munch you.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, he's the Bible will try to punch you just for the fun
Thought
of
that
it.
guy fell back. I'm
Get in the
confused.
box. Get in the box. Well, one hit. Okay, all hit. And threes. 3 ups.
I will reroll the 2 if I roll a 2.
Okay.
No,
Go
sorry. If I roll a 1, because you're AP 1, right? Or AP 2?
Maybe 1, yep, so I got 2 ups. Okay.
Yeah.
Your guy goes.
And so that's 4 attacks.
Hmm?
That's 4 attacks.
You can have me armor.
And this is on. Yeah, 3. AP 4.
Who's this? Who's this into?
This guy.
You don't get your charge bonus, so.
Yeah, your toughness 5, so yeah, unforce. And I only had 4 attacks, so that's fine.
Okay, so this is AP. How much?
AP 4 because Assault Doctrine.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
And then the Carnifex will punch you. Don't fight her. 3s and 3s. All that on your 5 up.
Okay, 5 up.
He's dead. That's fine, doesn't matter. Okay. So that's that. You get your 4 points again. For the thingy.
Yeah.
And you kill the monster.
That's Oath, and I'm in the middle, but I fell back. So, yeah. That's over to you.
And I get no points. Sucks, we're going first. But
It's turn 5, I guess.
is this turn? Yeah, this is turn 5, so I will
Yeah.
get 0 points.
So,
No, it's turn.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we're
okay,
top of
okay,
5 now.
Okay.
5? Okay.
Okay, so what I do?
Can confirm.
Engage prisoners. I could sort of get a lot of points there. Interrogation will give me another 3.
So, I think that's
Need to
curtains.
try and kill.
Tyranids should be around 54 right now.
Stuff. Okay, so
He could interrogate
Engage
for
would be
up to
these guys over
57.
so these are
Engage
just
is
going
possible with the Scrimmer Killers, but pretty unlikely. But so you could
here.
get up to
Zombie is going to
59,
advance.
and then
Oh,
potentially
that's
get a couple
going to
additional
get-
points on no prisoners. So maybe
Can
we get to
you
60s.
make it?
But Blood Angels are already at 60
Yes, he can.
points.
Okay, so that gives me that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a little bit of an upset there, chat. For sure.
Oh, these
That is, I think, typically how those Harpies
Oh,
have ended up working in
5
so
points,
far in a lot of the games is they come out of the gate
Sorry?
swinging, but they're such an investment, and they have to play so aggressively in order to do what they want to, especially to bomb people, that they end up getting killed, and things swing pretty hard in the other direction for the Tyranid player. Yeah, even if all that the Blood Angels do is hold this home objective with their Sanguinary Priest, they are gonna score at least 5. Except no, not if the Spore Mines kill him. Just kidding. All right, well that's something. Although we could run a Screamer Killer over there to break the banner, but I don't know if it matters.
Okay, so next I need. He needs to smite him, so that's fine.
Yeah, and Odysseus did play this Harpies super safe in the first turn, which was appropriate. But I do think that he overextended them on turn 3, or on top of 2. He got a Sanguinary Guard Squad for it, which was good, but not quite enough, I think. And I do want to commend Paper for his really good counterplay of the Screamer Killers. He had a lot of body blocking, a lot of defensive play.
This guy needs to move up his 11, because he needs to take this point. If he does that... What can I do here? Is my timer out, or is it both our timers out?
Yeah, so I guess we just talk the last 2 turns through, or I don't know how it's handled, but Trevi. But
yeah, once the timer goes, you.
I was just gonna smite that guy down and just charge him, or charge up there and charge there, and just hopefully kill you off it.
Yeah.
But then we did have a bit of in between time. So I'll just quickly finish up this rounds if you want.
Yeah, once the timer goes, you can't technically take any game actions. If you guys want to roll out the last turn, you're
But you want to
free
roll
to
out
do
Paper?
so. But I don't know. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
yeah, up to you, man.
Yeah,
You
sure,
can
let's
decide.
I
I think
literally don't think it changed the
we'll
outcome.
benefit
Yeah,
from it, but I want to see.
Let's just give us each about 5 minutes because of in between and me pausing it all the time. So sorry about that.
No worries. But yeah, I think let's just talk it through and see
Well,
where.
he is going to smite him to death and give him exploding 6s.
All right, let's see.
Okay, so 3 dice on that guy, because as long as he doesn't kill himself.
Yeah, so I think we probably see the
dice, come on.
Okay, dice.
Okay, so he dies.
the Vanguard patterns get
Imperative,
clipped,
yeah,
the
so he's
Sanguinary
going
Guard
to
get clipped.
charge. Okay, that's that.
We didn't psychically
Yeah,
interrogate here, yeah, so score even lower.
Yeah, he's going to just charge into these guys. So let's see the dice he needs.
Looking for big no prisoners points here, and then it doesn't look like an engaged front.
Oh, shooting wise, wait, let me do shooting because I might be able to kill
unless the Screamer Killer gets a
Dante
huge...
if I do it right. So this guy's gonna shoot.
Or
They're
he
both
could
gonna
overrun,
shoot
I
into
guess,
your
actually.
Vanguard.
Sure.
No.
That's 6 shots.
I don't believe that we can possibly score engaged all fronts at this game state. Because
2 hits
this
and
Carnifex
2
is
wound.
ineligible. The Neurothrope is
2
ineligible.
wounds, you -4, so you get 4 ups. If I'm assuming one's in cover.
This Screamer Killer could
so you get
overrun
to,
into
5 ups.
this table quarter.
Ups.
Or I guess if
one
this Screamer
wound.
Killer...
None of them are weak. And then the next shot.
I guess if he
I don't have anyone else
overruns
to shoot
back...
with, so yeah, the next shot will also
if
be
he
into the
goes
Vanguard.
forward...
2 shots,
this guy
1
goes somewhere.
falls,
I don't think it's possible.
1 hit, and 2's to wound.
So I don't believe Odysseus really scores that many.
1
more points.
on your 5 up.
Okay.
1 more dice.
Nice.
That's all the shooting I got.
Mm-hmm.
Charge wise, this guy's gonna charge into them.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's gonna charge. I don't think he can reach Dante.
I think he's too fat for that.
Yeah, he's too fat for Dante. This guy's just gonna charge into both these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Does he roll a double 1 and really annoy the shit out of me? No, thank God. That turn screwed me over so much. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These guys would charge there just to hold that down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I got any as a special. And this guy's gonna try not kill himself on a 4-inch charge. Come on. Okay, he's fine. You got CP to interrupt? Yeah. So I'll start with this guy, yeah? He's gonna put... Could I have... No, I couldn't have shot Dante because he was within 3 inches.
Dante
This guy's gonna put... he's gonna go intervene, okay?
Like this. Or will he? Actually, I don't think it's smart, so I won't.
Okay. So then I'm going to Relative-wise, he couldn't have given them a 5-up, so that's fine. Yep, he's gonna put 6 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 into the 2. Well, 5 into this 2 man.
Mm-hmm.
So this is on 3s. So 4s because you're thingy. And on 3s. 1 on your 5-up.
AP?
Sorry, 4-up because of AP minus 3. Okay, 1 dies. Unless you want to reroll.
That's fine. One dice.
One of these guys die.
Yeah, it's a shame. Is what it is.
And the next one is 6 into the other one.
Mm-hmm. It's 4 mines. That's so much this game.
Yep. 4s into 3s. 2 on your 4-up. Okay, they 1 or more dice on this side. You just pile into pin you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that means you also print in Dante because wait, hold up.
So I think the max no prisoner score
will
here
be
for
done,
Odysseus is
why not?
12, if I'm reading the list correctly.
Okay, so you can interrupt if you wish.
But it doesn't look like you can clip the last Vanguard veteran squad. So that would only
I
put him
think
to
why
15,
not? Because
6.
at this point, I have nothing, not much else. So the single sanguinary guard guy into your. No,
And,
actually, Dante
Paper
can
has
now
another
fight
2 on banners locked
these
in,
guys,
as
and
well
because
as
it touched him,
his bottom round
can
5 squad.
fight him, I think, and you cannot fight me, so he will be 8 attacks. I think that's how it works.
This is a
huh?
pretty
Because
good
he
game,
didn't charge
chat.
me, yeah. And I did not directly
I
intervene.
think, like we
touched
talked
me,
about, this is
so,
pretty much a roller coaster ride.
If you interrupt, then you
But I
can
think
interrupt
Paper
with-
played a very conservative game at the end of the day, and had just enough at the end here to be able to fight through. Obviously, he has lost more than his opponent,
You don't get your shot.
but he had enough on the
that's
rounds
very much true.
3 through 5 to be able to lock him out of big primary objective turns, and that's exactly what he needed to do. I think maybe a little bit too aggressive on Nabz's part,
and then
but some very good play from
6,
Paper.
so on freeze.
4s.
Your toughness.
Toughness 6.
6, sorry. Yeah, and these are AP4.
1 takes 1 dice.
Okay.
7 attacks.
Yeah.
Yep, 1 will die. Okay, so these guys are just going to come over here and punch that guy. So this is, how many attacks is this? This is,
Yeah, true, I agree.
Cost 6 attacks.
He didn't take the fights that
It's a AP.
we're going to be losing for him, which is mostly the Scrimmer
These are
killers, and
AP4.
that's why there's still 2 Scrimmer killers alive,
These
and
are on
basically none of the rest of the
4s,
Tyranid army, because the Scrimmer killers
And these are on 3s.
are hard to kill, especially for the Sanguinary Guard, and are very good
Yeah,
at killing
I have to spend
Sanguinary
a
Guard
CP to roll
themselves,
these
so
because
that's
you
always going to be a
die.
trade down.
Mhm.
So Paper
Okay,
put as
2
much
on
effort as he
your-
could into mitigating them instead of actually fighting them,
Here I go.
which let him kill the majority of the other Tyranids on the table.
Yes.
Okay, and then just the Carnifex will swing 11 attacks.
Yeah, that boy. Some freeze this time, and just on 2s.
On 3s actually, but
Hmm.
okay, all that on your
5
5
up.
up.
Did I?
And it
Still 2 Sanguinary Guard left at the end, is that right? Yeah.
And then I
Look at
will
him go.
punch back with these 2 sanguinary guards. So this one is more interesting. I will start with this one. 5 attacks on 2s, rerolling 1s, on 4s. So that's 3 at AP4.
6 ups.
Oh, look at that. Amazing. Good job.
Because
Good job,
you're
Tyranid.
2 up save, yeah, cool.
It is
And then
single
the other guy will
elimination.
smash you as well, the Screamer.
TTS40k.com/invitational if you want to go
Hit,
see the
and
brackets.
4s.
They're all laid out there.
3 at AP4.
And he takes 2 damage.
Because he's also 2 up, cool.
And -1. And -1 damage. Well, what's your leadership at the moment?
9.
because of Dante.
Yeah, that gives them 9.
Okay, so you're down to 8.
And you kill 1. So
Yeah, I just want to think here. Because this guy did hit you with. Oh fuck! I forgot I reroll ones for these guys. Do you mind if I throw two more attacks in? Because I had 2 more ones there.
yeah, whatever, do it.
Yep, and these. 5 ups, sorry. If you want, you can get your CP back for after the fact.
Roll. I guess.
You can take your CP back in 2 if you wanted to do something like. Well, I forgot that. Yeah, you have lash whips.
Alright, sure.
And yeah, that'll be fine.
And the lash whips are AP 4 as well.
Oh no, the lash whips just gives them reroll hit rolls.
Yeah.
It's not
either.
important, but yep, that's it. Now the question is, do I want to make this
Yeah, chat.
leadership 9? Can't run even
No,
if I take away
no
2.
Tyranids remaining.
Okay, so it's fine. That's about it.
I think the Tyranid
even-
star has
I'm
fallen.
not even engaging because no.
Now we can finally
no,
stop
I'm not,
complaining
because
about
this
them.
guy is. Wait, I could. No, I can't. I'm in because of. I couldn't pile him because of that. Okay, so nope, I get no engage,
Mm-hmm.
and it is your turn.
Yeah, so ended up being basically
Mhm.
basically no points scored on
So-
Nabz' side. So Blood
My
Angels
last
basically
I'm
just have
just
to
going
stand here.
to run these guys that way and get another 4 points.
Yeah, and also try to get the objective from you.
Back on the shelf of Tyranids, yep. Get out of
Dante,
there.
is he still in combat?
Yes, he is. No, it is not.
Back into
Dante's
the
in
saved
combat with
objects
the Screamer-
menu.
Oh, he is. He's in combat with the Screamer Killer
How's that?
because this line goes through the terrain.
Yeah, Mars. So the only thing I want to do now is maybe raise a banner. With
It's
the
only
red-
the line between the closest points. So because the engagement looks like this, they're not engaged yet.
Okay, so he's not engaged, so he can charge and stuff.
All right, cool. So that changes stuff because I think one of them was down to 2 wounds now.
Well, if I killed that last guy, he wouldn't be down to 2. Because he's the one that dealt the 2 wounds to him.
What I'm gonna do is
Now we can bring
Dante
Crusher
needs to
Stampede back?
man up
Maybe
and
not.
shoot these guys and kill a guy.
Although to be
And
fair,
then what I'm gonna
it
do
would
is
certainly
this
make
guy's
the big
fall back.
units, the bigger monsters, playable. Because right now, the saddest part for me about Tyranids is that the Forge World models are effectively unplayable. There's no like reason to ever put them on the table. So it looks like we're throwing some dudes in the middle here. I'm gonna try to kill the Screamer Killer just for odds and moment points. Could do it. At the very least, the Sanguinary Guard will hold the middle. Dante can push back into the deployment zone to score Relentless Assault. So we're gonna get a bunch of points in the final turn here for Blood Angels, and I believe we get another 2 points on banners as well.
And then I have 2 guys here, 1 guy here,
Yeah, so that should
and then
be.
Dante needs to kill one of them in shooting, and maybe one of them in combat, and then I
Okay.
get 12.
Pushing for a
That doesn't
12-point
matter.
primary. Is the Relentless Assault score up to max there, chat?
Oh, that
Can I?
the charge.
Yeah, that was a rough one then. 2.
Yeah.
Then this guy is.
So actually, I think literally
I think you
doesn't
want
matter
this,
what,
'cause I think
what
you should
Dante
get
does here.
12. Unless you somehow engage the con effects and
Yeah, no, that's.
swing back.
I'm not planning on it, so. Just thinking. Yeah, if I kill something in shooting, I go for the. I either get
Pascal
Relentless
X5, thanks for
Assault
hanging out, man.
another free, or
Appreciate everyone for sticking with us.
yeah, I get a 12, which is an extra point, but risky. Yeah, let's see if I kill a guy in shooting, and I raise the banner here, so I will get. I got 1 more point for banners at the beginning of this turn, and then last turn I will. End of the game, I will get up to 7. Oh, I didn't fall. I fell back, so that's
Yep.
something. but there will be something in the middle, so I get 1 more point for Oath. And now the only thing that is interesting is if Dante gets shooting. Then I roll for the shooting. Hits. Doesn't wound. I will CP reroll because why not? Does wound. That's AP4, so 5 up. No.
Fine.
And Dante's just gotta chill there and score the Relentless Assault.
He has to be that side, but yeah, no, he had enough space.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chad, I think
I placed him on the line, so
the
because it doesn't need to be holding on.
It doesn't need to be.
I think Tyranids and Blood Angels, like, there's a lot of differentiation between the different sub-factions. And
Right.
I do think Tyranids will generally have the
Yes,
the
there
upper
was a
hand.
point because
It was
this
interesting
guy
to see
on.
Tyranids go down to both
Kill
Blood
one
Angels and
guy
Thousand
shooting.
Suns because, in my experience, those
The other
matchups have
guy
been pretty good for
on that,
Tyranids.
With
But obviously,
two
I
guys
play
alive, I don't
Tyranids a little bit
obviously.
differently than the standard builds.
He just stays there, and I score at 12 at the end.
And there it is. Final score, chat.
then-
1 hold 2.
80-47.
Then 3 on Relentless.
Big score
so
at the
that's
end
me.
there for paper.
That's the end score for
Yep.
me. Now you can do your no prisoners points. I don't know how
yeah.
many
It
wounds.
should be, I think,
1, 2,
probably
3, 4, 5.
11 on no
So
prisoners.
it's 10 points less. I think you score like 10 wounds less. I think you score like 13.
Really, that primary objective score is what
But I
killed
need to double
Indicius.
check.
Giving away his objective secured as early as he did was a little bit sad.
Well, plus your little guys, your.
Yep.
I messed up so much. I forgot that damn Harpies have 2 cannons, but anyway.
Anyways, I'm sweating, man. So it was a fun game.
Yeah, good game, guys. So if
I
everybody has any
can't
questions for the
throw that
players,
one
go ahead and throw them in the chat.
Fucking charge.
Yeah, that was rough.
Could have at least. But anyway, I'll get into the other bracket. Anyway, good game.
Yeah,
Although I did not expect. Oh, my Hive Tyrant died a bit too quickly with that hit.
Yeah, I mean
That was awful.
that was nice.
I could have just gone that way and kept him alive for another turn, but anyway, one could figured 4 up in or 5 up in no pain would do good. Anyway, good game, sir. Anyway, Trevi, thanks for the game.
Yeah,
Like what?
cheers, dude.
I think the Mortals really hurt me so much. Like the Spore Mines were MVP, huh?
I also, to be brutal, I forgot that guy was over there. So that was my stupidity. Because I was supposed to charge a Carnifex into him, but anyway. That's that.
Yeah, the Harpies are also rough, man. With the voracious shooting.
Yeah, 60. Not so bad with my stupidity. Anyway, take care.
Yeah.
Cheers, Trevi. Till
Yeah.
the next match.
Good game.
Till the next one.
Cheers. All right. Well, Niklas, congratulations on taking it down. And, oh, he left already. Just kidding. All right. We are disconnecting. Everyone pieced out of that chat room pretty quickly there, chat. Well, congratulations to Blood Angels. Paper getting the W and the final turns there. Interesting game to watch. I think after the Harpies pushed in and wiped a Sanguinary Guard squad and his pushback didn't kill the Harpies, I think we were definitely a little bit worried for Blood Angels. But he was able to fight back, get some good hits. I do think that Odysseus had some really aggressive play with his warriors, and they ended up getting killed a little bit early. He kind of traded down significantly with the warrior bricks, and that would have been nice to have those in the late game. But yeah, otherwise, we'll go ahead and call that there for today, chat. We have another early game, 9 a.m. Sunday morning, U.S. Eastern Time. That's going to be... that is Agent X versus King Kong Fury. So it should be a good game. Spaceless versus Harlequins. I'm excited to see Agent X's Spaceless on the table, although Harlequins is obviously a very brutal matchup right now. But that is a classic T5S2 matchup because that was the number one, the first ever T5S2 season finals was Spaceless versus Harlequins. That was Jaime Paris versus Liam Bissell, if I remember correctly. But anyway, chat, go ahead and turn it off.
Thanks for tuning in with me, and I will see you on Sunday.